The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, I mean, get your last mic checks in. We are greeting America now.
Huh?
Hello, America.
The world. Don't just stop there.
Yeah, sure.
That's the
Don't
new.
just stop there.
That's the new pod intro since pods can get Golden Globes now. Good morning, world.
There we go.
And universe.
And universe.
And universe.
I am Joseph A. Budden, here with Melissa Savannah Ford, Ray Daniels.
What's good?
What's your real name again, Duke?
Trev.
Trevor Robinson.
The second.
Junior.
Junior. Trevor Robinson Jr. Freeze Lamont Jackson. Mr. Parks Richardson. And yeah, I mean, what y'all think? That's golden.
That was
Golden Globe worthy.
It's not a
Start
golden
writing
globe.
my acceptance speech.
Somebody in the back just got to hit us with a the horns and shit.
Do you think that if we go up there, they're going to put the music on?
Sure.
For the speech?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all 8 of us got to get our shit off.
Well, now I meant to tell you all about that.
Oh, it's like the.
Did y'all see the award?
It's like the Billboard shit again.
Did y'all? Yes. Did y'all see that award ceremony when the Jackson 5 won and Mike was being cool, letting everybody get their shit off, but then he had to kick Tito or Reggie, whoever that was, to the side, like, all right, enough now. Somebody will have to sacrifice a speech
I'll be quick.
or some time.
I'm going to be real fast with mom pause.
All right, not the answer we was looking for, but that's 2 down. They got out the way first. All right. Mel, Flip.
I feel like Flip don't have to do a speech. He just got to run around and yell.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off.
Oh, come on! Come on with no shirt on.
That's
See, that's
racist on the Golden Globe
That's the
stage.
problem with you guys. You guys don't respect growth. If you think I'm going up there yelling or taking my shirt off, niggas a rebrand. I'm standing in front making a speech, and the niggas is going to be happy to hear the speech from me. I'm moving people out the way, and I'm going to do it. I'm for Delph.
And, well,
I think you got to do the ODB shit and run up there and.
Yeah, nah, I don't do that no more. I don't do that no more.
Well, and Nyla's music in front of that stage. Yo, come on. Shout out to Nyla, man. Stop playing.
Shout out to Nyla Blackman, but watch your mouth.
Nyla Blackman shit at the Golden Globe stage. Big flip. Y'all thought this sleeper bag was coming in. What y'all think that Golden Globe bag is in for? Y'all think it should take a long time? Mark, it's Mark. It's Mark. Mark.
Oh, Mark.
It's
Mark.
It's
ML.
This one too. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet.
What would you say?
I think it should just go up there and be like,
My man's. I just got to thank my man.
yeah, gotta think about it.
No, God has a great sense of humor, so that will be the moment that Ish projects his voice. It is loud. Is you know what I mean?
Shout out to Ish.
Yeah, shout out to our brother Ish here with us in spirit, man. It's May, so y'all know what time it is. If you're a long time listener,
Don't start that shit.
if you're a
boy.
long time
Stop,
listener,
Joe.
it's May. You already know what time it is. I don't have to say nothing.
We're not doing that. It had nothing to do with May. People have emergencies and situations that comes up.
Well, and you're not here after the main,
Why are you highlighting me?
and Mel's not here today after the main.
She's not supposed to be here on the
And
main.
Ish is,
She's not supposed to be here on the main, boy.
Talk their way through. I like it. I like it. Now I'm showing up.
I thought you were turning
Under
over
the
a new
bus.
leaf.
You think
I swear, I was just thinking that. I'm
You
like,
think she'll call me and text me like, "Yo, Flip, good looking"? She not. Yeah, but you know,
I said it in person.
I know. I want to text.
Okay, all right.
I wanna
You gotta
document
text.
it.
You got to text.
you want to screenshot it and put it on the internet? Let people know.
No. I don't do that. Not with her.
well, listen, Flip and Mel and Ish have prior engagements that supersede the importance of this broadcast.
Why you gotta say it like that?
And because I'm so happy for them and proud of them, please fly, Robin, fly. In the great words
you.
of Troop, spread your wings, fly away.
Okay, thank you. I accept that. Thanks.
You know what I mean? Tylil and all that. Anyway, shout out to Tylil.
Shout out to
We
Tylil.
got Ray Daniels in the building. Hey! Make some noise for Ray Daniels in the building.
Yo, I just want to shout out Joe for being always solid. Some Virgo shit. I just got to say that. It's important to say.
My Virgo brother here, man. Ain't nothing going on, Flip. Everything is cool.
No, you showed me your sleeve and said I always keep one in the tuck. You whispered that to me.
But don't do that.
Why did you do that?
No,
you keep antagonizing me, and then when I react, you act like you don't know what's going on. You and Poe, when y'all record behind the scenes. I saw that last behind the scenes shit. I'll talk to you about that later.
No, I'll talk to him about it because some of that shit shouldn't have went out. Like, goddamn.
I keep telling you.
Can I have a team meeting in peace?
Yo, Poe is...
Then they kicked my back in.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
kicked my back
They reversed.
in. I know. They reversed.
Anyway, but you went like this to me.
But why?
I always keep one in the
But
tuck.
tell the audience why.
Okay,
and
I
then
asked
I'll
you.
move on.
I asked you.
You
who
said,
was-
what's Ray doing here?
Yeah, what's Ray doing here and who's coming? No, first I asked you who's coming. Like, is it just us? You said, nah, Ray Daniel coming. I said, oh, you pulling a move. For the main joint? Oh, you pulling a move. Then you let that sit. It was silent. Then I'm just looking around. I happened to turn to the left. You said, I always keep one.
But what do you think is the move?
You just try to show. I know what you're trying to do.
But what do you think is the move?
I don't want to divulge. I just think you pulling the move, and I respect it. But, you know.
Because Ray's big dog. We got big
Big dog. We got
I,
big
I'll be honest
dog
with
in
you.
the building.
I swear, I genuinely hit Joe. Was like, yo, I'm in town. I would love to shoot. He was like, come through Friday. I extended my flight. It was just simple as that.
Ray, there's this thing out there going on where
Yo, what's up with you, yo? Hold up, wait, what's up with you, Ray?
hold up. There's this thing going on where anything when it comes to Joe has to be seen through the most evil perception that you could possibly
So
deem
why
possible.
did you
Why do you think that is?
But
Joe?
why did you do this? What does
Well, I
this
don't
mean?
know why that is.
Okay, what does this mean right here when you do that to your man?
This right here?
Yeah.
Come up with something.
This lets
Yeah,
you
I
know.
want to let him hear.
This means, my sister turning on me?
I can't wait
My
to see.
sister is
I cannot wait to see how quick the wheels turn. Come on, go.
This means
You're
that
giving him time. That's
this
all you
means,
did.
no, I didn't need time. This means that I've been gotten in 3-car Armani before in 42nd Street. This is how they do it.
Okay.
One in the tuck.
Yeah, I just want to say something. It's weird because as Joe was talking, he was encouraging y'all to get something. And I swear I was just thinking to myself, y'all lucky y'all don't work for a hater. Y'all lucky y'all don't work for somebody that don't want, like you can work for somebody that don't want to highlight what you're doing on the side, but he's starting to show somebody what you're doing, and so you lucky you don't work for a hater. So it's just how you see it. That's how I see it.
Oh shit!
Yo.
He got reinforcements today. Boy.
No. Listen, if
I see
hold
what
on,
today
hold on,
is.
Right, but we're gonna still make jokes.
But hold on, but
All
listen,
right.
I'm with Ice, you know, my family, but I'm like, at time, when I hear it, I'm like, I gotta be honest. Like I'm hearing, I'm like, yo, that's fire. Like, I'm in y'all house and I see the boss basically telling his people, like, yo, that's good, go. What you need from me? I'm like, y'all don't work for a hater.
I completely agree, but we're still gonna make jokes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go. Let's make jokes. I just don't want Queen Flip thinking anything. That's my brother right here. I've been a fan of his for so long, he don't even understand. So I just want him to know that's why I'm here.
There you go. Do it. That's how Mark got these niggas too. Encourage them first.
Get the guard down, right? Disarm them, right?
And Mark laid the blueprint. How you get these niggas. All right. Yo, I'm in a good mood.
The look on his
We
face
got a
really.
great show
he was
lined
just
up for y'all
double
today.
cross.
Welcome to our Golden Globe audience out there. Just now tuning in, huh?
The voting members.
The voting members only. Keep the applause going for the best crew in the world. Fuck is they talking about? I mean, this is a family show. This is a family show. Whoa.
Man, family trying to hit you. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm at work.
Oh, you at work?
I love you, but I'm at work. I gotta change the world with the power of my voice. I gotta hit you at another time. I love you.
All right, bro. What a nigga, bro.
My man. Inshallah. Let's go. Big Mel in the building. Got you bitches wiped down. Get these drops out the way real quick, man. We got a real good time today. A really, really, really good time, I promise.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
Mark's not here.
Who was that? It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
Flip and Mel and Ray. All right, microphone check. 1 2 1 2. What episode is this?
826.
Welcome to Parks want us to be Pat McAfee so bad.
Man, trying to get the Golden Globe, bro.
That's right. You're right. You're right, though.
Globe out
Like
here.
that.
Them niggas on Pat McAfee be bugging. They started. we're going to lockdown time. Like in unison,
their little unison should be fire.
Yeah, they wow. What episode?
826.
Welcome to episode 826 of the Joe Budden Podcast, brought to you by, fueled by, powered by Prize Picks gang. Salute. I'm your humble, grateful, gracious, so happy to be here, host. God is so good. My God, oh my Lord, oh my. All praise due, first and foremost. We will discuss a lot of dark news today. I want to start with a quick sage of the room, a prayer for those inside and outside of these podcast communities.
Indeed.
Everybody out there in the real world struggling with things. I wish great mental health, physical strength amongst all of you. Please spread that.
Amen.
Spread that.
And
Text someone you love. I don't wish success for you all. I think I'm on the record with that.
You are.
But for most of y'all, keep rocking. Get your shit off.
The good folks.
Yeah. Here with some amazing people to my right. Hey, stop playing with her. Melissa Ford in the building. Hey.
The Melissa Ford.
The. Talk to him.
Capital T, capital H, capital E.
All right, man. Every time you try to get... All right, girl.
She's also on the Pat McAfee vibe a little bit with me.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that... next to her, like I said, very special guest. My Virgo brother, Ray Daniels, is in the building.
Honored to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Joe. And what's up, Flip? Thanks for having me, Joe. I think I'm Flip.
Queens Flip. Queens get the money.
bang.
Queens is
What's
in the
up,
building.
Yeah.
Big Freeze, Mr. Take It
Yes,
Further
yes,
himself
sir.
is here. Parks is here.
Yep.
Poe is here. Corey is here. Ray Daniels' whole squad is over there.
Yes,
He get a +7. But what up to all y'all?
It's three, but we good.
Erickson is there. Ian and Keeb, I think, is here. And whoever else is here, I don't know, and they're an intruder. How's everybody feeling? How you doing? How's your spirit? Talk to me. What's popping though?
Everything's great.
Feeling good.
Good.
Feeling good.
It's amazing. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's been a horrible week to be a black man in entertainment.
Talk about it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not opening with that because I'm on positive vibes.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
I'm on positive vibes. I'm on peace, all that good shit. And there's rap beef.
Yeah.
And
Our
there's-
favorite shit.
And there's rap beef.
Love it.
Favorite shit.
I'm excited.
Me too. Let's
now,
get to it.
Let's see. Because last time we were recording, they did Joey Badass, Ab-Soul, and Big Sean did the Red Bull Freestyle, which I clicked on it real quick and heard Big Sean getting his normal Big Sean shit off.
He killed that shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
I feel
he
bad
did.
for Big Sean because I feel like every time one of these things happen,
It's over.
he gets overshadowed. By
Every time.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask for it. That's, I think, the problem. He's really dope, but he just doesn't ask for it. He's just dope and then goes away.
Yeah, true.
Part of it is being dope and saying, you ain't say how dope I was. Like, he don't have that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But he's incredible as a rapper.
But between this and Control, I feel like his verse on Control was fire, and no one ever is going to talk about that.
He always has his moment stolen from him.
Yeah.
Like right as he's about to just roll out some shit or introduce something or just remind us of why we love Big Sean so much, here come the biggest moment in rap of the year to
Right.
follow it.
Right.
Yeah.
But everyone bodied. I like Ab-Soul's verse a lot,
Me too.
So now,
I love Ab-Soul.
when I got to hearing the rest of this, I'm going to play it. Should I play the whole thing?
Maybe not the whole thing,
bit.
but we can.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna
who
hear
should
it.
I skip? Don't make them call
Nah, I
me.
wanna
They're
hear
going to
it.
text
Well, we
me.
can just ride the fader pause.
All right.
We ain't got. It's like 6 minutes long, I think, or something.
It
like
is
that.
kind of long.
Yeah.
Yo, but we on music shit today. Even if that isolates Mel and Flip.
It's okay. We'll do our best to contribute.
Catch up with us.
Don't speak.
Yeah.
Don't speak for me.
Okay.
Don't speak
I'll
for
do
me.
my best to contribute. I don't know what the fuck
Big
you gonna
Mel.
be
You
doing.
more hip hop than him.
Yo.
I tried to include you, motherfucker,
Yeah.
but you know.
And you are a lot more hip hop than him.
Oh shit.
You are. He
Just by default. Just literally
Nah,
by
you
default.
are.
He
You got
never
that.
been in no
I
videos.
did see a video of you rapping the other day, though.
No, that was a
The T-Mobile
T-Mobile
commercial.
video.
No,
That
no,
was
he
for
was on. He
T-Mobile.
was on the. He was on the show rapping.
Yeah.
You were in your bag.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of this.
Oh, y'all
I was
clicked
like-
on that shit?
Yeah, I clicked on that.
I did, yeah.
They're not mad. Yeah, you talking about when I rap against Shorty?
I don't remember who you. Yeah.
I just saw you.
They're not
You
mad.
did good, man.
Yeah, you
Thank
did
you.
real good.
Who wrote that for you?
Myself. What you gotta say? positivity highlighter.
Nothing at all, man.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. That's super fire.
Thank
Mark,
you
we
very
should
much.
actually find it. So we can.
No, we good. We
play
good.
it
We're gonna talk
after
about this Joey Badass. Hey, Big Mouth.
She said you what, Mo?
We're gonna get to this Joey Badass
said
shit,
you
bro.
what?
We'll do that in the bonus episode.
Yeah, we'll do.
bonus.
Yeah.
To be determined.
Me, you, and math. What was it? Potter House.
Shout out to Math, man. I ran the Math the other day, man.
shit, yo.
Hey, we're gonna do that on a new Potter House episode.
Of course, you shoot at your niggas instead of the niggas that's shooting at you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Of course, nigga. Put your gun away.
Okay.
I'm here unarmed.
Ooh.
I'm here unarmed, homie.
That was good, Flip.
Get him, Flip. Big Flip. Look, that was good.
You gave me the right hand now.
Oh, my man.
I do want to shout out the production team on this.
Who is it, Parks?
I don't know who did the beat. The beat's
Got it.
dope too, but I'm talking about like the content was fire. I think Lyric did it.
Oh, our girl Lyric.
I'm not positive about that. So
Who,
pardon
if
me
she
I'm
lived in
wrong.
New York, would definitely be the producer of this show.
I love this
He
shit.
bodied that shit.
I love this shit.
Sean went off.
He did.
And that's how you set a cipher off.
And I loved. It's very difficult when you're creating this type of content to like have real, like kind of organic chemistry and camaraderie between the MCs.
True.
And they did it really, really well. Where they're talking shit back and forth. They're doing like passing the
each other
hat
up,
back and
joking,
forth.
playing
Yeah.
around.
And it didn't feel corny or like
Forced.
they did it 600 times and you know what I mean? Like had
It
to
felt
stitch
real.
it together. It felt real. It felt real.
Well, that's where my problem lies.
Open it up. Pause.
That's right there. That was amazing. What almost seemed to be choreo if you didn't know no better, right?
Yeah.
Like it almost seemed like he left this space in a verse for him to pop up, and they carried that out throughout the whole time. I want to know if they knew who they was rapping with ahead of
so.
time.
I'm sure they did. It's certain flips in the verses that
I wouldn't be surprised if they
indicates
actually
that.
did this in the studio and then did
Wrote
it
it
live.
together.
Well, I don't want to talk about how
Why
the
would Ab
sausage is
Soul do
made.
that? Why would Ab do that?
Because he's an MC. This shit was some
Nah,
fun
hell
shit.
Why would he do
no, Hell no.
This is some fun shit, yo.
What? No way.
Why?
He even
Y'all
explains
doing
it.
that shit again.
He
Why?
explains in his verse though. He say it in his verse. Yo, I rock with you. I got the 47 over here, but I'm still TDE.
I
showing
think
the
that he
tattoo here.
freestyled some of that verse.
He probably freestyled a lot of that verse. That's how Ab-Soul gets
I
down.
think he found out on the spot. Man, fuck what y'all talking about. I think he found out on the spot that he was getting dissed. I don't think he knew beforehand that the nigga that been lining us up for the last however many months.
But
I'm
Joey
gonna-
rapped after him.
Huh?
Joey rapped after him.
And
So I
then
don't know
Ab
I'm getting dissed. I don't know his verse.
And what I saw, Ab came after him.
No.
No.
Ab was the middle.
Ab was the second verse.
So when does he start saying, Joey, you put me in quite a predicament?
He's talking about, he's responding to Joey dissing the West Coast back in January when he did The Rulers Back.
I know, but
So
when
he's-
was that?
in his verse.
In his second verse.
It's only, it's
And
we
he
got one
let
verse
that
apiece.
nigga diss him at the end? Hell no, man.
Hey, there was
Bro,
some playful dissing
It's
shit.
playful, and it's like, I'm cool with you niggas. It ain't no smoke here.
Hell no. Are you crazy? This is smoke.
It's
No,
not
it's
smoke.
not real
We're
smoke.
rapping. That's what that's the point of this. Is, yo, you could just do this without all that extra shit that we just saw last year. You can just do this, and we can just pin and go back and forth with each other, and it's cool. And dap each other up at the end, and everybody go home.
Yes, but I don't think that's as friendly as y'all make it out to be. Yes, I agree with y'all. I don't think that it's on get the guns time. I think the rappers are rapping, which I'm applauding.
Yeah.
Right? We want to encourage that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also think it can get tense in a room or amongst cliques when the rappers are rapping, and I'm the perfect person to probably say that.
I was just about to say that. Like, I don't rap, so it's hard for me to see in the inside. He thinks like a rapper also, so I'm like, I don't even think about it
There
like
is that thing where if you know somebody has been dissing you for the better part of 6 to 8 months, and now we're at, what would the event be today? Rolling Loud, or fucking back in the day it was Paid Dues, or fucking
Rock the Bells.
Rock the Bells.
You ain't got
or-
Ab-Soul number in your phone?
Yeah. Well, unless you change it. I know these niggas be changing numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to call?
Get to the bottom of it. We ain't got to guess.
That's a good point.
Their whole point was, yo, we just rapping.
That's how it felt
That
to
was
me.
the
and that's
entire
what I
point.
loved
It's
about
almost
it.
like they reiterating that throughout the whole shit. Yo, we just rapping.
But you got to understand, okay. So it's the same concept. You could say we just potting, but there can be a result from that potting.
But if I know,
So what I'm saying to you, Ice, is that if they just feel like they rapping, and I'm looking at it like you. So then when Joe goes from the rap perspective, I'm like, oh, but from the inside, you probably looking like, I still ain't gonna let this nigga eat me alive today.
So I'm a rap to eat him alive on the verse.
That's what he's saying. So there is a sense that we gonna eat each other. It might not be we gonna kill each other. We don't want to.
Okay, easy.
I'm not from New York, so I don't do pause. I'm sorry. Thanks for catching me though, bro. Thanks for catching me.
He said
how long does the you did? How long does the pause start?
No, you're good. Keep it going.
I'm from Atlanta. I'm just learning the rules. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. So when I heard you, I'm like, damn, that is true. Like, if you want to eat a nigga alive, I don't want to hurt you, nigga. But nigga, I want to make sure they know I'm the best when this shit is over with. I want y'all when they get on Joe Budden pod and they start talking about who had the best verse. I want them to talk about me.
Yeah, for sure.
That's MC. Niggas
It's still
do that
competition, though, but it's still competition.
That's
We
real
do that on a
MC
regular
right
posse
there.
cut,
Exactly.
whether if there was names said or lines drawn or whatever
Exactly.
at all.
But I think what Joe was saying, like, if you hear that, you in the room and now you like, hold on. It's like how we started here. Flip is like, what you up to? I'm like, nigga, I just saw Joe. It's like, I'm in town. But you could be thinking us because this is what you do. So like, I ain't about to get set up on a pod. So I feel like it was more of that. Like, I'm just gonna bring my best in case one of you niggas bring their best, and then you probably heard something. You're like, oh shit, that's what we doing.
And I understand, y'all, the niggas that's rapping and dissing be around each other like at the Dreamville Fest and all that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
get
I think
that.
they talked about this. Yo, all right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, when we go too, what's up, nigga? Let's get it.
It's like sports. I want to see you do good and get your money. But nigga, when I want the chip.
Here, it's over.
When the chip come, though, I want the chip though. Period.
All right, back to Big Sean.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Again, that quick overshadowed Big Sean again.
Yeah, it happened again.
Shout out to Big Sean.
Always, right?
Hey, Sean, with all due respect, yo, I know it's gonna hurt their hearts. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, we here for something. All right, so that makes it worse for me.
That makes it worse.
That makes it worse for me.
Why?
Because if I'm coming with that as a written already, then I need to go last.
True.
I have to go last.
Okay. I can feel that.
I can't do this before the nigga, and I ain't heard his verse. So I can't give him the window to now come behind me and do exactly what Joey Badass did.
I actually agree with you because what he said there sounds like he heard the verse or knew what was coming in the verse. And that should have kind of been the cleanup at the end. But I get why they did Joey because, like, last verse, that's old school hip hop shit. Last verse, show stealer.
I was going to ask how they picked the order.
Show stealer goes
Scissors,
last.
paper, rock.
Okay.
No, show stealer goes last.
The moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first verse has to be impressive. It has to set the
Which
stage.
it was.
Yes,
Which it was.
Killed it.
Yeah. All three verses were highly impressive.
The funny shit is Sean should have went last.
Nah.
Sean should have went last.
It can't with the conversation that is clearly arising.
Sean goes first. They did this right.
Sean doesn't have enough emotion in his voice to go last, in my opinion. He's just a really good MC. But, like, I think that's why I control one, because Kendrick could do that. It's like Sean doesn't do that. He just kind of raps. So
he just does
I think because he doesn't give you that extra emotion in his voice in times and verses, it feels like a great first verse. Like, he feel like he's throwing the alley-oop, but it don't feel like he dunked that
He's
shit.
the perfect lead-off.
His rap style.
He's the perfect lead-off hitter for this. He's going to get on
with a
base.
girl eating cherries under the cherry moon.
But be clear.
Until I see her very soon.
Order of the verses don't necessarily matter because Kendrick went second on Control.
Kendrick is a fucking...
Jay Electronica went third. And we don't remember none of them verses but Kendrick.
Yeah.
So if you do your job right, it don't matter where you go.
Styles matter in fights.
On paper, Jay Elect maybe should have went last on there. On paper. But then there's real life, which nobody talks about but me, because he's fly with Hoe. But anyway. See, that can't go second. Nah. He smoked that. That just shouldn't be second.
He smoked.
Shouldn't be second. You throwing an alley-oop to a nigga to fucking just...
But can we just talk really quick? Because you said something, the third verse. But in the streaming era, it almost feels like the inverse now. Like, I don't want to go last. They might not get to my verse.
Oh, yeah.
It's that part, too, where it was on the stream. Because back in the day, you wanted the last verse. That meant you was
no
the
third
god.
verses in the stream
But
era.
it's like
there's no more thirds.
So even what you just said, Ice, when you was like, nobody heard that verse, it's like, because we tune out after a while.
I totally understand that.
Before,
with all due respect, if there's one place I never want to hear the words streaming error, it's in a cipher.
Yeah. This ain't even streaming.
I was about to say,
this ain't for that.
I like your argument, but it doesn't apply to this.
No, it wasn't an argument. It was just a thought process in it. Like, I'm like, because when you said the third verse, I'm like, damn, I've been really wanting to tell rappers, bring back the third verse.
I'm telling them,
we say it all
bring
the time.
back the third verse.
They can't.
I'm telling them, don't.
Yo, and in a cipher, I'm not gonna hold you. You be happy when the niggas before don't really cook.
But they both cooked to me. So
Yeah, they cooked though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, cipher rules in effect.
Oh yeah, now you gotta clean it up.
I'm not thinking, hey, put the whack niggas behind me because I need to be heard. I'm thinking, let these niggas go first. That's gonna make my verse sound like Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
All right, Joey.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's go.
Yo, when Brooklyn niggas start any verse saying BK, it's a bad time.
You know what? This almost sounds
And that
like
flow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's he just talking right to Absol. It's almost like Sean, you wasn't even here now.
Yeah.
BK to Carson.
Yeah.
It's like a two-man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think Absol.
He knew who he was coming to compete with. He knew
what he was doing.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think Absol is a better wordsmith than Joey Badass.
I agree.
I think Joey Badass has more presence than Absol.
Agreed. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. In this verse, he could. This might be one of his best verses I ever heard from him.
Well, shit, and the diss.
I'm about to say no.
Yeah.
And the diss, he kind of. I can't wait
we'll
to get to that.
We're working chronologically.
Nah, you can't let nobody do that with your name.
His word flips.
Brooklyn.
You can't let.
Let's
You
go,
can't
nigga.
let nobody do
Joey
that with
said
your
in
name.
front of him.
Absolute. I'm the nigga that absolute.
Yeah, nigga. Right in front of him, too, nigga. Salute me.
I've got to snuff somebody now. You crazy.
Crazy.
Bad boy. Come on, man.
There's a lot of presence in this verse. Our good brother Marc Lamont Hill just joined us.
Dark man. Yeah.
It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
Play it. I was talking over it. Play it so you can hear it clearly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who was that?
It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
Our brother Mark has just joined us.
Yeah, clap. Yeah, look, you happy? Look, yeah. Clap again.
His fave just walked
Yeah,
in,
look
right?
how you happy. Yeah.
Oh, here go Mel. Here go Mel now. Down with.
I'm happy to see my man too.
Anyway, how you doing, Mark? And Mel, when did you start turning on Mark like that?
What do you mean? I'm not turning on Mark.
You've been a lot of little teachers' pets. There's been a lot of letting the handle
Since he
fly
started
at
turning
Mark's
on
way.
her.
I did find that hurtful.
Since he started turning on
words
her.
physically landed on you.
Once the drops happened.
It happened the other way around.
Yeah.
No, you've been shooting at Mel, gang.
No, Mel shot at me first.
She did?
Yeah.
I might have.
It was the drops.
Yo, why you conceding the shit that he say? What you mean?
Because
you
it's
might
true.
have?
Because
Hold
I'm
on.
honest.
Instead of seeing a woman being accountable, that's amazing. I was about to give you props. I'm like, that was accountable. I don't
Thank
see
you.
women do that.
There we go.
Oh, you're
I'm
not.
sorry. No,
okay.
You know, women usually be like, it wasn't me. She said, I was going to look at my girl like, did you hear that? I'm just saying, like, accountable. That was amazing.
Don't you see
right
the-
on time.
No, this is like the broke clock being right twice. a
Yeah.
day.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, my bad, Mel.
If
I
it's
see.
one thing-
I'll call you out when you do it again. I promise you if you don't do it again.
Yeah.
If it's one thing Savannah ain't gonna be.
It's accountable. She's allergic to accountable. The only thing
I
she's
know
allergic
this.
to
I know-
accounts.
I know
She
this.
don't even keep money in accounts.
Are
Nigga,
you
she
gonna
keep it under
keep
her
talking?
mattress.
Are you gonna keep talking so I can fucking shoot at him? I know
Yeah.
the fuck you are not talking, mister. I don't trigger anybody in here on purpose.
Oh, she's showing off again.
I'm not.
Let's go. I like when you get in this bag. When company here, you shoot at that because he's not gonna say too
I
much.
was shooting last episode.
And you're right.
I just want to ask
Right.
Joe a
But
question.
that is a line that you can get off once you've built your empire.
Okay. Okay.
Joe, I want to ask you a
Just so
question.
we're clear here.
How long do I have to be here before I'm not company?
I don't
I feel like
you
you family.
company now.
I feel like
You like company now.
okay, so it's just him. That's the cousin that don't want me. Okay, cool, I got it. Now I know who he in the house with.
Well,
Let's
now,
go.
and just so you know,
I'm gonna make you like me. I'm gonna make you like me, cuz.
He's also done that with everyone that's gotten hired since he's been here.
Factual.
He's done that. But
That's in my bag.
Okay, cool, I get it.
It's like, it's like a hazing thing. Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
if you can survive the cast hating you for the first 7 months of you getting the gig, then you made it. Then you made it.
Come on.
Flip, I promise you can never get under my skin, bro. I love you, bro.
I love you too.
That's the type of person I am. You can't bother me.
We
especially I
responded
know
with
it.
love.
Yeah,
nigga.
no, I accept
Always.
that. I accept that.
Let's get back to the
Wait,
beat.
back to our hate.
Let's go.
Back to hate. Yo, do I have to play the rest of this?
No,
Thank
I don't
you.
think so.
I want to get to the shits. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Here we go. Boy. Oh my God, Jesus.
Wait, no, you're out of order. You're out of order. Ray first.
You got to go Ray.
Oh, Ray went first.
Yes. Ray responded to that.
What? Oh, there are grave mistakes made all over this thing. All right. Oh wait,
Yeah, you're on the wrong
playing the
one.
wrong shit again. Sorry. Ray Vaughn, hold up. I got you guys.
He jumped out with that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Because Joey was on his ass during the verse.
Here we go. Sorry about that. Throw tomatoes at the DJ booth.
He took me out the
No,
element.
that's just the hook. He
yeah,
gets into
I know,
it.
but he shouldn't have did that right there.
I agree. Because my first listen, I'm like, this ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
See,
but he made up for it.
His bars are dope in there.
I am going to press play, but I've never heard this. So this is I'm listening and
Got it.
and critiquing in real time. It does sound like he's trying to catch one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how long you.
It sounds like he's mimicking Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Trying to catch that.
Yeah.
It's a
It
little
sound more
peekaboo,
like, hey now,
surely.
say now.
Yeah, peekaboo.
Hey now, say now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that West Coast bop this record over that.
Hey, West Coast niggas, how long do y'all want this to run? That's me asking a valid question.
Y'all
can't
I like the West Coast run right now, but
I love it too.
They don't need to start doing this though.
I want, that's what I'm saying.
This is too derivative.
This is diluting
of 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago.
But now, and I'm sure Ray Vaughn about to get his ass.
He bars up.
I'm sure he is. It's a tough style to beat, though. I talked all that shit, but this is a tough style to beat.
Yeah.
Like when you have your region behind you this way, like, and you got to deal with that.
There's a way to beat it. You do exactly what he did. You go get your region and you rap the way that you're supposed to rap from over here.
And that's why I was thinking when you said how long this is gonna last. I've been encouraging. Every time I go out, I'm like, if you from the West Coast,
rap like that.
Take this Kendrick moment and create the sound because that's what T.I. did for Southern music.
I was gonna say, fuck just the West Coast. I think regionalism in hip hop is amazing. And I'd like to bring it back and hear it all the time.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
That was hard.
Yeah.
And you gotta admit, when West Coast niggas get on that beat, they shine, man. There's something about that beat, and when they do that fire, it just really works. Exactly.
It's a home court advantage when they do that.
Use it.
Exactly.
He's going off.
That was hard.
He ain't done.
Where you going after Dottie? Think he Pac-Man?
It's the only part I don't like.
This shit is hard though.
It's hard.
I see why he put a hook on it.
He should have repeated it. And when he did it the first time, I was following, but he should have went somewhere else. But he repeated it twice. That felt lazy to me. Like, oh, you could have. Because you put the Trick Daddy in, you should have just went somewhere else, but you stayed there.
I think you should have stayed on the Trick Daddy longer. Really,
the niggas in that studio wouldn't allow him to not put that again. Fly that.
Yeah.
Fly that.
That's the hardest.
Are you
part
crazy?
Of the hook.
The energy in this studio right now.
No, niggas was
he rapping like that.
out.
The beat is yo, fly that, and this cannot go out with just bars.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's the hard part. The Hoey part, I don't really.
Nah, I don't like that he did it.
The Trick Daddy shit was hard though.
All right, Ray Vaughn.
Yeah.
That was
all right, Ray Vaughn.
He's going crazy.
Hey, congrats on your album because it's fire.
Standing next to Soul ain't gonna save yours.
My favorite line in that shit you didn't even get to. He said, "You washed. You ain't carrying no torch. You let Ice Spice turn into the king of New York."
Man,
like he's playing them, yo.
Ray Vaughn just trying to be funny. Ice Spice is not the king of New York.
But he's
trying to be funny. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ice ain't the most famous New York. I'm
And for that 2 months that it looked like she was about to be, Lotto went and rented 50 Suburbans.
She did. Right
and drove right over there.
To the
and
Bronx.
we never heard another word.
It was a wrap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And shout out to Ice Spice, but sorry.
Yes. And shout out to Lotto.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. He went the fuck off.
He did.
There we go. Okay.
He did.
All right.
I cannot tell a story.
There we go.
He absolutely went the fuck off.
And
this beat is beating and it's doing some A-Rap shit.
Bro, the part 24 hours later.
Yeah, real quick.
Like, I think you got to be emphasis on that, yo.
Yeah, do.
Nah.
Dog, do that ain't easy. It ain't like I had this in the tuck, just sitting here. I heard you.
He had it in the tuck.
But I heard you.
No, I didn't hear you.
I heard you.
My man called me. I didn't hear nothing. My man called me as soon as that shoot was over. My whole camp knew as soon as that Red Bull camera stopped that you was on bullshit. It gave these niggas time. And he's fast. He did this last time.
I appreciate
he popped
that.
out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm just saying I appreciate
I'm with you, Freeze.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Off.
No
tweets. And by the way, when a nigga from the West Coast rap on that beat, it becomes like, yo, I'm telling you, they should use that style. I would stay there.
I'm with you.
I would stay there.
I'm with you.
If you're nice, you should do it. Yeah. He took off. He took off.
That's hard.
Bro,
Okay.
Yeah, he got
He
beat.
biased.
Salute to Ray, man.
He went crazy.
Both Rays.
He absolutely took off. Okay.
And then
24 hours later,
the finals.
The finals.
I like this beef. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a fun beef,
This is a cool, fun, friendly, competitive beef to show a skill set
with rapping motherfuckers too.
Yes,
and because of the beef, everybody's listening now. So now your skills are really being shined. It's like, yo, it's crazy. It's good for hip hop.
Before I play Joey's response, where does everybody here stand on Lil Broin, your opponent, who might be a greater MC? Where do you stand on, hey, this nigga never had a song, we don't know him, he's not visible, he got no traction, he got no bitches, his label don't care about him. I made more money for his label than he did. That's what I told Saigon. I ended Saigon. Saigon, what up? I absolutely finished Saigon. Saigon is my man, but he got finished. He's on my hit list. But what up, though? No, salute. I pieced it up with all my beats.
Yo, it's rap shit. It's just rap shit.
It's just rap.
You got me. That's all it is.
Right. I mean, it may not have been just rap shit at the time, but at 45 years old, I've pieced up all my rap beats. And I asked y'all this because I heard a lot of that from what Joey had to say. I'll play it for you guys, but where do y'all stand on that angle?
I ain't mad at it.
I love that angle.
I'm not mad at it at all.
He's got 10 years on Ray, so I think he should lean into that.
Sound like New York.
Let's play the region game.
You got to play with your home court advantage.
Sound like New York. Yeah.
Come on. He's playing with them niggas now. Yo, you gonna be the next drop.
Be the reason.
I love that shit, man. He's playing now. Yeah, let's rap. Go ahead. Let's rap.
See, I don't care how great of a rapper you are. If I get to Lil Bro you for the next 3 minutes, it's effective.
Yeah.
It's effective.
It is.
Especially if some of the shit I'm saying could be looked at as a little factual.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
for sure.
Like, I ain't just making this shit up.
No, it's fair to say that it's factual. Like Ray he just came out.
Yeah.
He just came out. You can say Joey's been here 10 years. You can say that. 10 plus.
When he's saying signed for 5 years and I'm your biggest, like.
But look at it from a sport place. If you started here, right, and we all started as rappers, and now you go off and be a supermodel, famous girlfriend, you in Gucci commercials, the MC, the hungry nigga on the floor is like, oh, this nigga is slipping. So it's almost like I'm gonna attack the nigga who I don't think is in
pen not
game
sharp
shape.
no more.
Yeah. So, and by the way, because he know he ain't in game shape, he has to respond.
Right.
And that's kind of like, that's how it works.
Yeah, it's the play.
It's the play for both sides. Both win. But by the way, this is good for Joey because now he can show, nigga, don't think there's some of these commercials that I don't do this. So it's really great for both sides.
Why is Joey doing it? We just seen him beat a nigga up at the Pelly store. Right? We just seen Joey Badass at the motherfucking Averex store tightening some screws up. You on TV. You in love.
Get into it, man. Fuck it.
That nigga's skin is still beautiful, pause.
Sometimes you just gotta remind niggas.
Yeah.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that I don't think are familiar with how well Joey Badass can rap.
It's hard to remind someone when you're not provoked, because then it's like you're being a bully. So it's almost like you needed somebody.
You need somebody to shoot, and then you shoot back.
So, okay, let's get down and fight now.
I think Joey also, everyone always thought that he could rap well and stuff like that, but he was never known as like, oh, he's a killer, he's super nice. This is his chance to show that.
And be clear, Joey popped this off. So
He did.
now, it's not like I popped it off and I went and hid over here. I'm answering the call. Anybody got something? Oh, you got something to say? Cool, I got one for you. Daylight, I heard you. I got something for you too.
You got to remember Joey too. He was like he was like a child star damn near. He was young as hell when he came out. He was a teenager. So this is his chance to show, yo, I'm a fucking grown killer.
Because I thought he was way older than what he is. When I saw him in the magazine, I'm like, how is he this young? He's been out since he was a kid.
Yeah, he was a teenager when 1999 dropped.
And you know what I will say that I like about 2025 and forward? I like that there's a new crop trying to establish themselves as the killers.
New bulls.
Like, exactly.
Same here.
Like the niggas that we know are grandfathered and great-grandfathered, and they shouldn't even be spoken about. This new crop of niggas, who kill and who don't? Who's here for just the cosmetics of this, and who really is about that action? I like Joey saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm with it. I like it.
Although I did like hearing Styles P popping shit the other day.
That was amazing.
I love that, bro.
I like hearing it from the OGs too.
He set Jim straight.
He did.
Hey, Jim is my man. He set him straight. You heard it?
Points were made.
So gentleman-like, just like a gentleman, though. That's what I love. Yo, we're not the same. You don't think that, do you? No, I was like, yo, he did it in such a nice way. It was like, you couldn't be offended by it. It was like, oh, that's true. It was like he said like it had to be true.
But that's going to be the old age. That beef is never going to leave. I have more commercial success than you versus IMC and you don't.
Yeah.
That's gonna outlive all of us.
I like it.
Styles said that shit straight though. He was like, "Yo, dog."
I've forgotten more rhymes.
Yeah, he started talking about you can't fuck with them niggas that just been juicing. It's gonna be Styles juicing versus gym pull-ups. We got a healthy battle. Loaded Lux to mediate that shit. All right, back to your badass.
Nigga going crazy, son.
And he got 2 minutes and 19 seconds
Yeah,
left.
we don't got to play the whole thing.
He's not going to stop.
Yeah.
He's not going to stop. This
He
is fun.
went crazy. This is fun. I love it. Reason's got involved now too. I ain't heard it, so we'll maybe cover that next week. Shout out to
Man, Reason, man. Yo, this ain't a jump. It is a jump.
It's a jump.
Well, no, it's not a jump. He's addressed. He said my name too. If I'm Reason,
Yeah, Daylight can hop in this too, Paul.
Daylight. He was in that cipher. He was shooting at Daylight. Daylight. What I don't like what Daylight did.
I didn't see what Daylight did.
He posted a picture of Joey Bada's brother on his Instagram.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
That's
too
bro,
far.
this is rap.
Yeah.
Like nobody's disrespected nobody. It was strictly rap, and you ain't responded with no bars or nothing. You just put a picture of his brother.
Well, he has responded, but not to the cipher. Daylight's done a lot of rapping to Joey Badass in the last 6 months.
Y'all having too much fun to do shit that'll get you punched in the face.
Yeah, don't do the serious shit.
Like,
Joe.
let's be cool. We want everybody to be able to walk the red carpet at the award show at the same time. And I'm gonna invite all y'all when we get our Golden Globe.
That's true.
Facts.
When we get our Golden Globe, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta know how to act.
Come on. Yeah.
I ain't gonna do y'all like Melissa Savannah Ford, win a Gracie Award, fly out to Atlanta to accept, or LA, I'm sorry, to accept a Gracie Award and not invite her brothers.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wait, there was a ceremony?
Yeah.
Mel won't be here for our Patreon, Mark.
She's leaving.
She's leaving on the first thing smoking because she has to prepare to accept her Gracie Award.
Do you want to start your speech now?
Wow.
And didn't tell like we wouldn't support her.
I haven't written it. I haven't written my speech yet.
Are we going to be in it?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Maybe there's a possibility. I haven't written it.
hadn't crossed her
All right,
mind
is
yet.
Daisy gonna be in it?
No, for sure.
Daisy's not going to be in the speech.
She's not.
We might not make the speech.
I'm going to do my best
We
to work
wasn't
y'all
gonna
into
make
it.
the speech.
Why you ain't just tell us so we could support you though?
Yeah.
Because listen, I was given one ticket.
We get our own tickets.
I just didn't think that you guys would make the trek to LA
We love
and
LA.
spend the
I love LA.
Shit in Utah.
the several $100s on the
Shout to
ticket.
I've spent several $100s on bullshit.
It's a fact, true.
I spent several $100s on the big titty AI white girl a couple months ago. Nigga. What are you talking about? You think I won't give it to you?
I mean,
you think I wouldn't use it to support you?
Okay,
Come
I
on,
stand
man.
corrected. I stand
We'd have
corrected.
had shirts made. Like
I
we
stand
could have
corrected.
really
There's
Hot
still,
and bothered hoodies.
there's
Come
still
on
some
now.
time. There's still some time.
I'm over it. Not now.
All right. Next year.
Why did you said they only gave you one? Why you ain't tell them yo I'm not coming if I
The
can't
team
have
ain't
my-
coming.
Oh yeah,
my
no,
team.
that was not gonna happen.
And I want to go.
I'm absolutely going.
I wanted to go when you won. Like I don't want to go next year.
I'm going to win next year.
Oh.
What award is it?
It's called the Gracie Awards.
She don't.
Okay.
Yeah, awards women in media. It's their 50th anniversary this year.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
gonna let the
If
team
it
know,
was some
right?
personal stuff, I would have been like, y'all
Well, I'm
wrong.
definitely
But
going to
it's
win.
a media shit, y'all should do that.
This is the first of many. So
So you
y'all
think you're
are.
gonna be a back-to-back Gracie Award winner?
You think there's going to be another
I'm
season
putting
of
it-
Hot and Bothered?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've also put into the universe that I'm going to have an NAACP
Wait, what did you
award.
say?
Some shady
What did you
shit.
just
It's
say,
okay.
Mark?
What? I was just trying to follow the flow of the conversation. I just woke up. I'm sorry. It was an honest question. It was a sincere question.
You said you get an NAACP award too?
I'm
Can we go to that?
Oh, when Farrakhan see her?
I'm manifesting that.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I thought you meant you.
No, I'm manifesting.
Have you ever met Farrakhan?
I have not.
Yo, wait. Hold on.
You're going crazy.
Okay, enough.
Shout out to Minister Farrakhan.
Enough.
Yes.
What I will say is this. I want that same grace extended if I shoot at you because the grace that you extended because he's a doctor, because he got a PhD, is getting ridiculous,
What
and I'm
the-
going to stop it.
You've been shooting at me for
I don't
2.5
give a
years.
So what? Stop. Enough.
If you're new out there, we always act up in front of company.
We do.
That's when we really.
In front of family.
That's when we really show our ass.
I've graduated.
We can fight.
Family company.
Family.
It's the family that could walk to the fridge but don't exactly know where everything is.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like your first time. Predictions on how this Joey Badass Ray Vaughn shit is gonna go, Freeze.
It seems like it's gonna keep going.
Yeah, more rapping.
Yeah.
That's it.
Who do y'all have up right now?
Joey.
I got
Although
Joey up.
that Ray shit was hard.
I can't lie, that Ray. Only reason I'm gonna say Ray is because I think he benefits way more from this moment than Joey does.
And he's got a great.
Like,
he's got a great
literally,
album.
he really killed that shit. Like that was crazy.
He did.
But just in terms of the bars, like right now, I got Joey up.
Home court
Same,
advantage.
same.
We in New York. We supposed
Nah, it's just
And that Ray Vaughn album is incredible.
It really is. Yeah.
It is. I went back to take a listen. I ain't gonna hold you. He might. I like where he stands just off the strength of that.
Word.
Like if you got a great product that you could direct people to,
In the
that's
middle
a
of a
great.
war, that's fire,
a great time to go get in the middle of a beef,
Word.
especially with somebody that's gonna keep it going with you.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna ignore you and none of that.
And then young niggas could join, like you said. So like, if it could be a little nigga, it's opportunity. That's how it was back in the 2000s when everybody was beefing. You would see a nigga, somebody go at Hove. You see a nigga that want to show Hove he with him. He's shooting back. It's like that's the way it works.
They
That's how
didn't
everybody
play
get
like
their
that
stuff
with
up.
me back in the day. Just to make myself clear,
Cause Joe, you had a hit.
they didn't make. Nah, that ain't why. That ain't why. I jumped on these boys' asses out there. Pause. I jumped
It
on
wasn't
there.
a hit.
I didn't leave no room for indirect, direct. You, your camp, your mans, everybody got it.
Joe responded to shit that he thought was about.
Yeah.
But hit me out though.
They wasn't talking about you, dog.
But hit me out though. Hit me out though. But when you a little nigga, you see one of your, it's different. Joe, I'm telling you, he got a hit. So now as he dissing us, you up there, nigga.
And you got a hit.
God damn. So it's like it becomes more valuable. The diss becomes more worth it because now it's like this nigga has already got a hit. By the way, everybody's trying to get a hit, so he had it. So he didn't have to, and you still did it. That's what made it more diabolical, I think.
I ain't play with you niggas back then anyway.
You had to hit, nigga. He's like, you got the dad. Why you fucking with us?
But I like this energy. I like this energy in hip hop.
I love it.
Me too.
I do.
Me too.
Shout to the whole TDE.
Keep it cool,
shout
man.
to Ray Vaughn.
Keep it cool.
And it sounds like they all want to keep it cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
agree.
best part.
I agree.
They know we talking about it. That's what they get. This is #1 hip hop podcast talking about them. They won. That's the whole point of it.
Not just hip hop. Shouts to the Golden Globes.
Yeah. Word.
They're #1. I'm sorry for disrespecting my
There we
family.
go. All good.
Or 49, depending on what chart you look at. I want to shout the producers though. Both of them beats.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yo, you have no idea how frustrating it is when you're in the middle of a war with somebody and you
find
go
no
to
slack.
producers for the beat packs and nothing is matching your vibe.
Yep.
So for them to have beats in the tuck, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay.
Joe, can I ask you a question?
Sure you can.
When you I got here late.
I know that you have been home. You don't trick me no more, buddy. I know you trying to line me up with whatever you saying right now.
I am absolutely not.
This is an honest question.
No, but it's not. The lineup's coming later.
Okay.
Yeah. This was a basketball question. Did you start? I came here late. Did you start the show?
Nope.
With a whole bit?
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Y'all let that go? Y'all let that ride?
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
So can we at least address the elephant in the room? Because we had to sit through like 30 minutes of shut the fuck up. Everybody mute up, all that shit. Like, can you please speak to your punk ass New York Knicks right now?
Ray is also a Knicks fan.
Oh my God, I know he was going there.
Ray
You're
is also
Philadelphia
a Knicks fan.
76ers.
Then everybody who shit the bed should shut the fuck up right now. Everybody whose team had a chance to go to the Eastern Finals and didn't do shit should shut the fuck up right now.
You're right.
Everybody who watched Jason Tatum injured and the Boston Celtics completely hobbled, and all they had to do was beat a terrible-ass, broke-ass team and go to the Eastern Finals, but didn't do shit, should shut the fuck up right now.
Okay.
That's what should happen right now. Is that right, Joe Budden? Is that right, Joe Budden? Joe Budden. Exactly. What's that nigga name that ran point for the Celtics? He don't even start.
Bob Cousy.
Might as well have been Bob Cousy running around y'all bitch asses. Y'all gave 34 to a nigga that had 4 last game. How the fuck that happened, Joe Budden? How the fuck that happened, Joe Budden?
Well,
Mic check, mic
What happened
check.
to Knicks in 5? What happened to Knicks in 5? You said Knicks in 5. Y'all, you said Knicks in 5.
Don't listen to this nigga, Joe.
Hyping me up.
Don't listen to this nigga. We wanted to end it in 6, nigga.
Now,
we wanted to end it at home, nigga. We wanted to end it at home, nigga. Watch your mouth. We wanted to end it at home, nigga.
How you gonna end it at home, nigga? How you gonna end it at home when this nigga's going to the game?
He's not though.
He's not.
He's not.
Oh,
He had to give up his ticket.
Fat
Mic
Joe
check,
sent
1 2
word.
1 2.
The Fat Joe sent word.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2.
6.
Yo, watch your fucking mouth, man.
We turning it up.
You can't even sit in the button seats.
Oh, shit.
Let's get it. I'm working on Friday. Let's talk. Let's talk.
We want to end it at home. That's all I know.
Oh, it's gonna
The
end at
capital,
home,
nigga. New York. We want to end it on the field. 25 years, niggas been. And we gonna end it tonight.
We gonna
Knicks
find
is
out.
6. Period. Don't let that nigga talk to you because he a doctor, nigga. He from Philly, nigga. He from Philly. The house is in a kiss, nigga. We got grass. They still got the train in the street, nigga. That's my niggas in Philly, King Earner. Leak Moss, I love you, nigga. But they still got the train tracks in the street, nigga. And the horses. We patched that.
They do got the horses out there.
Queens, nigga. New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Staten Island. Talk to this nigga, Joe.
He can't say shit.
Tonight the game
All
is
he
being
plays is
played.
Philly shit.
Tonight the game being
mic
played.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
It's about to get crazy.
Pardon me.
He
Don't
a
be
Philadelphia 76ers fan.
don't
Me too. That's why I'm
don't
shutting the fuck up.
don't be distracted by the
White
voices
noise.
of fans of lottery teams. You guys should be out scouting high schools and colleges right now. Y'all have the 3rd pick, and you ruined all your other picks.
Shout out to Ace Bailey.
Yo, real quick, I'm a Knicks fan for a long time, so I'm not going to manipulate the airwaves and jinx my squad. But we haven't closed out a series in the Garden in 25 years. And with this golden opportunity up 3-2 against the defending champions.
Oh, now they defending champions.
They are.
Aren't they?
When he was kicking their ass last week, they was the worst team ever.
We was beating them in the championship.
Call them that.
Pardon me.
Forgive
big
me,
dog.
sir. I'll mute up.
Now that we have a chance to close out the defending champions right there on 7th Avenue in front of all of the great Knicks, in front of the Dolans, the Kardashians, the Joes.
Both Joes. Joe, Fat Joe and Joe Budden.
The Joes, you know what I mean? We won't be able to see the game by the time this comes out, but I anticipate that we close out. Right now, Kristaps Porzingis should be getting some steroid shots or something to help him with his breathing. I know he's had trouble. We want him to be well. Tatum is our brother. He had the surgery. We want him to be well. If you Celtic fans are hanging your hat on the Lou Cornett game, where he had 8 blocks and 8 points and 8 assists, or the Derek White game.
34, right?
34. Then we'll see. I like our chances. I think the Knicks are the better team, and I do anticipate we close out the defending champions tonight.
What happened to all that Knicks in 5 shit?
Knicks in 6?
No. But the question,
Knicks in
sir,
6.
is what happened with all that? You talked all that shit.
Knicks
Y'all
in
supposed to go
6.
in Boston Bees. How'd y'all shit the bed this bad?
Sleepy.
Sleeping.
So much traveling with the playoff schedule being every other day.
Right.
Man. Sleepy, tired. Some niggas was fighting with their girls. Some niggas' girls went through their iPad and shit. You know what I mean? Before
You gotta go to the
game,
iPad,
they
nigga.
had to have a little fight. You know what I mean? You never know. Some people just sleepy, but I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Hey, Mark, we Sixers fans. You know that though, right?
I know, but
sometimes we got to shut the fuck up.
I took it last game.
No, we still got to shut the fuck up.
Gotta.
So if they lose again, you still ain't gonna talk shit?
I can't. We can't
If
talk
we lose
shit.
again,
If they
we
get
don't.
eliminated, you gonna talk shit?
To who? We ain't get there.
See, that don't mean nothing to me. I'm good.
He gonna talk his shit.
Only because he is. I chalked it. I already
They
lost a
aren't
bet to
they?
him this year. I took the L, but now you can't talk this crazy about the Knicks and then they shit the bed. You don't say nothing.
And the Subway Series starts in New York this week, and New York should be absolutely on fire this week.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
Oh my God! And the Jersey Transit
And the
strike.
transit
oh
strike.
my God! They whooped my ass on the way in here today.
Really?
Wow.
Traffic was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's why traffic was so crazy.
Yeah.
I was in Brooklyn. I was
Yeah.
coming by.
Traffic
Shit,
is
that
fucked
explains
up.
it.
That driving shit.
Now, there's a rumor that you're not going to the game.
No.
I thought you bought game 6
You
tickets.
I did.
What happened, sir?
Giving them to his dad.
Can you share with the crowd, or is it private?
I mean, right this
They'll
second.
jump his ass if he
I was about to say
went
it's one of the things you can't say.
jump
nothing.
his ass if he went to that game and they lose. He's not gonna make it out.
Yeah, you might be the least popular Knicks fan ever if they lose.
Yeah, you gotta stay home.
Yeah.
Gave the tickets to my dad and his wife.
Oh, I like that.
There you go. That's dope.
You know what I mean,
Philanthropy.
Let them experience
Generosity. Glizzies and stuff. Yeah,
playoff atmosphere in the garden. You know what I mean?
Shout out to you. Good man.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah. Somebody here got to keep in touch with their dad.
As someone who's rooting for the Knicks, thank you.
Oh, shit.
Somebody on this broadcast got to keep a healthy relationship with their father.
Wait, hold on.
So, all right. So
I hit him on JPay. We good.
He said JPay. If you do it on JPay,
I hit him. We good.
don't do that, man. Low
you
pop.
get that 300 max.
Free pop.
Man,
yo.
free pop.
Free pop.
Free Papa Ice, nigga.
Come on, free pop
Pops
ice.
is good, man. Pops is straight.
All right, it's time for my favorite part of the show. And Mark, we getting back to Mark's jokes too. I don't want people to think we stepping on the jokes.
Yes.
Let all the jokes fly. But what was that? Oh, time for my favorite part of the show. Prize Picks. All right, Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into real cash money. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Real easy and simple to play. All you have to do is pick more or less on at least 2 players for a chance to win now up to 2,000 times your cash. So run your game all season long with Prize Picks. And let's see, picks for the week since Ish is out. I'm going all Game 7. Game 7, Denver, OKC is Sunday. Give me Joker for everything. Well, however you want to do it. Whether that's points, rebounds, assists. Give me Joker and SGA for everything in a battle of MVPs. The league should make it really interesting and announce the MVP right after the game. Or before the game.
Before
it light it up.
Or before the game.
I would, if SGA
before
get,
the
I
game.
want Joker to just go nuts.
Take it personal.
Take it personal, right?
Now, who do y'all have winning the MVP since I'm here? I know you're a big Joker guy.
SGA.
I think SGA's going to win it. It's a narrative thing.
Yeah, the narrative is SGA should win, but Joker, he won 3 years already, and this is his best year. This year is better than all 3 of those years by far. So technically, he should have it, but the NBA follows stories. The story matters to them, so it's SGA time.
And it should.
By the way, they need SGA because Jokic is a huge star, but he's not marketable. Like, as great as he is, he's not. Like, SGA at least got some sauce to him, so I think the NBA needs him to be the face right now, at least right now.
I like the new swag movement in the league. Pause. Yeah. But SGA and like you just looking at niggas with some sauce out there. So I do like that. And some people believe that Shai should have got it one of them years that Joker got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they tripping on that, but I get it. Joker just doing shit that's unprecedented. I just never seen anybody play basketball.
The most unique basketball player I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe that he does what he does. Like, he's Shaq size and just shoots. Like, it's crazy.
But
Yeah,
that
but it's
speaks
something
more
to
for the evolution of the game itself and the evolution of an athlete. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
That's
Some of it's the era.
yeah.
Some of it is the era. But I'm thinking about like Arvydas Sabonis and people back in the day who had these unique skill sets. If they played in this era, they would look very different. You know what I mean? If Giannis played back, it's this age-old argument. But I think you're right. I think some of it is just the era. But watching him play, I've just never seen anybody pass the ball other than maybe Sabonis and a few other guys from that position like he does.
I don't fuck with him really because I like my center to be a center. And he's a guard. He's a point guard.
It's over for that, Joe.
Yeah.
He's a point guard.
Yeah.
What centers are centers now?
Yeah.
Plenty of centers are centers.
I don't know many.
Look at the remaining teams in the league.
Gobert's the only one.
Knicks with Mitchell Robinson. Gobert. Every team remaining has a center.
That's
the
true.
Pacers have a center. Cleveland had a center, even though they out of here. Everybody remaining has a center. So there's some talks about that coming back. The big man.
I hope so.
Some teams are playing double bigs.
I would love for that to come back.
Man.
Yeah, but
I can
anyway,
watch basketball again if that comes back.
yeah. OKC is playing double bigs.
True.
2 7-footers.
Yeah, come on.
Although Chet plays a little more wing,
Yeah, but he's a 7-footer.
He is still
He
big.
can still go in the paint and block a shot.
Yeah, true.
He can still.
And give me Jay Will. Give me Jay Williams off the Thunder since he had a horrible game last game. And they're home now, Game 7. Give me him from whatever his points are. That's what I'm rolling with. That's how I'm feeling. That's going to be a really good game on Sunday. If you download the app right this second, Prize Picks, and use promo code JBP, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. I repeat, if you download Prize Picks right this second and use promo code JBP, You get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup, and it changes my conversations at the end of my Prize Picks contract. So good luck to all participants out there, and run your game. All right. With that, I need that JBP.
Yeah, for sure.
Spotify said we was hacked, nigga. We ain't got none of that shit. They got that shit.
None of them numbers.
Okay. Tossing it to our girl.
Oh yeah, hold us down.
Big man.
Gracie.
Big Gracie Award. Show them why you got that Gracie Award.
Gracie Award winning Mel.
Okay, so today marks the 5th day of Sean Diddy Combs' trial. Cassie is still on the witness stand. This, I believe, is her 3rd day testifying.
Yep.
And she's been handed over from the prosecution to the defense. So they've been really just kind of like hammering home certain points. You know, yes, we admit he's an abusive piece of shit. However, the charges are, racketeering transportation to engage in prostitution and sex trafficking. So they're trying to say that one doesn't equal the other. The one thing that I want to, kind of highlight is how consistent she has been with her testimony. She's been delivering her testimony with a very just the facts, ma'am kind of tonality, which I think is really important because obviously the questions that she's being asked to relive trauma, and she's being asked to read text messages that seemingly contradict her claims, and she's still doing it in a very succinct, very matter-of-fact manner.
And first and foremost, doing it while eight and a half months pregnant.
I was about to say that. So the prosecution has now brought up a point to the judge, and they said this last night. They said that the defense is purposefully asking redundant questions over and over and over again to try to see if she won't go into labor, which will then, a mistrial will have to be called.
I call 100% cap on that. If there's one team that does not want her to go into labor, it's the defense team. I think the defense feels that she is pivotal, like vital to whatever it is they need to prove. I think they've said she's the most important person in the case that we're trying to present.
Yeah.
I don't think they want her to go into labor.
Okay. And I think we saw that in the cross-examination yesterday. Because what she read in the cross-examination, because like you said, they forced her to read the text out loud.
Yeah.
I think at the very least they want to rattle her, because if you're rattled, you're not going to do as well in the chair. That's the idea.
Right.
But some of the stuff she had to read out loud, particularly the one from August 2009, when Puff asked her when she wanted the next sex encounter to be, and she replied, "I'm always ready to freak off."
Okay.
And then 2 days later, she sent him an explicit message. She wrote back. He liked it, and then she responded, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." And so the defense is going to try to say that that's evidence that there was no coercion, that there was no control, that she just is a freak like him, and they doing freaky shit, and whatever else is going on, there's no charge there with that. And the prosecution is going to have to prove that despite those texts, there was coercion, or because of those texts, there was coercion. Like she had to write that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's a battle. So I agree. I think the the defense wants Cassie in that chair. That's the easiest. It's going to be hard because we know Dawn Richard is going to hit the stand next, and
Aubrey O'Day.
Aubrey O'Day,
and
James
then
They're
Jane Doe.
going to come for blood.
Yeah, they know, and they kind of know what they're getting there.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Cassie's the most vulnerable for this because she's the one who's been there the longest, right? And it's harder to.
And she sets the stage for everything.
Absolutely.
She's the one that was
Triggered everything. She triggered the whole thing.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. And so, there's a term that keeps coming up right now, and it's Stockholm Syndrome. And I think that it's applicable in this kind of situation. It's dependent on what you believe. And apparently, there is a lot of protesting going on at the courthouse right now. It is a madhouse. Media, protesters on both sides of the aisle. It's complete and total chaos down there. There's people chanting in support of Diddy. There's people who are chanting in support of their pursuit of justice, whatever that looks like. But it's just literally like what you believe. Do you believe that she's a victim and that she figured out a long time ago based on his enforcers his enforcement of the imprisoned life that she was forced to lead, that she just said some things to get along because you want to make your captor happy. You don't want to piss them off, kind of thing.
They named a lot of times where she wasn't captive though.
I think that what people need to understand of what captivity actually looks like, because captivity is not just physical. Especially if you've been abused for a really long amount of time, there is an erosion of your sense of free will.
I agree. I mean, you look at kidnapped kids. Sometimes they get sent to the store. They come back to the kidnap. They don't run. They go back home again.
Okay, I want to let the audience know from this point forward, you might hear an opinion that contrasts from you guys's.
Absolutely, sure. There should be.
I just want to let people know.
Yeah. So
it's difficult to say that what y'all are saying when she eventually ended up not only escaping, but escaping with one of the handlers and paid with Puff's credit card.
Okay.
It's tough to paint you as someone that was trapped when we're going to throw all these instances where you seemingly were away and you left for good. So if you were able to leave for good at one point, then what happened at all these other points of exit?
I can't speak on what.
And again, neither am I. I'm not inserting my opinion in this. Like Mel said, this is going to come down to, well, so far, because I do think that the feds are going to prove their case. Mm-hmm. Like let me start with. Not only do I think the feds are going to prove their case, but I think that the standard is so low for what they have to prove. Yeah. They may have already proven it. I want to say that. But I don't think Cassie looked the greatest during Cross. So this comes down to, do you believe that she was being sex trafficked, or do you believe that she was in an abusive, drug-infested, toxic relationship?
I think go ahead. I think it is the sex trafficked part. Part of it being because she was his employee, not just his girl. So that I'm controlling your finance. There's the coercion part. I'm paying you. We went over the definitions, the 3 things that have to be hit for it to be sex trafficking. One of them being a commercial sex act. There is the hiring of the escorts and transporting them in or to wherever they were. So that is that part. The coercion is if I am in control of basically your money, I got you under contract, you can't do this, you can't do that as far as your music goes, and I'm paying you, there is some level of control there, which could lead to the coercion point. So I think they got him already on the sex trafficking part, personally.
Well, I can't hear you.
No,
you saying something?
First and foremost, I want to say that what didn't work in Cassie's favor is Puff lawyer Estiva, I think that's her name. She was extremely gentle with Cassie, right? Extremely, and they shared laughs and understanding. I think that may work in the favor of Puff, because a lot of lawyers, they come in, they try to hammer you down and force you to answer questions. So she was gentle with her, and they got on the same accord. But what I think is that when I listen to this or read on it, like Joe said, Cassie has gotten away a couple of times to even get into a couple of different relationships. Even when she was with Kid Cudi, she still reached out to Puff and was talking about she wants to participate in Freak Off. So these things right now are, I don't want to say smoking gun, but contradicts what the feds are saying or some of the accusations. Mel, do you agree?
Well, I just want to make a point to say that there have been times where actual kidnapped victims, like Elizabeth Smart, where her captor allows her to go to the store or be out in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody who.
But she wasn't kidnapped.
No. I'm using an extreme example to demonstrate, because everybody keeps saying, well, she got away at times. Do you know how what the statistics say about domestic violence victims? How long it takes for them to actually leave for good? Yes. It's usually about 6 to 7 times, 6 to 7 different attempts, and they end up going back. And there's a whole psychology that discusses why do victims keep on going back to their abusers or their captors. And I don't think that the vast majority of us are in a position to even discuss this because we just don't have that amount of.
See, but that's where the divide is.
I understand that.
I'm with you. Slow down, because I see you getting your. I see
No,
it.
I'm just.
I see it happening. I see it. Come on, slow it down. We talked before.
Oh, I'm fine. I promise.
She's all right. She got it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that's where the line is, right? Like, everything you just said is 100% valid. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that anything that has to do with Cassie's participation falls under the, like you said, Stockholm's, she was young, she was trauma, versus the people that believe that she played more of a part and is not just a victim in this?
I fall on the side of the former. That she was young, because I think it was the defense asked her, do you feel like at the age of 22 that you were a fully formed and consenting adult and whatever the case is? And she apparently kind of looked up and said no. And I think that it's just the side that I'm on. I believe.
See, I call cap on that.
Okay.
And for the listen, I'm not a legal attorney, so the shit that I'm saying is not. I'm not speaking to what ramifications.
So tell me about
things will
what's
have
cap
in court.
What's cap about that?
There's the flip side of that says some of these 22-year-olds know exactly what they're doing and getting themselves into, and they sought that out. Mm-hmm. Shit. I'll go as far as to say that some of these 22-year-olds are led there by their parents even. Mm-hmm. Like we saw that in our Kelly case. So this duality here is all I'm saying. I'm not inserting where I stand on nothing because it's all sensitive.
Well, in R. Kelly, they were children. They were under the age of consent. So, and their parents served them up on a fucking platter.
That's the biggest difference between R. Kelly.
That is the hugest difference. But also, we sat up here a few weeks ago and talked about Drea and Jalen Green, who is 22 years old or something like that, and basically said he is a child, she's the adult in this situation, and she should know better. So we can't have.
Well, I'm not moving the goalpost.
Can't have it both ways.
Wait, Puff is all of the things they say he is.
Yes.
My conversation about Cassie is not to negate what he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is a manipulator, an abuser, and all of those things that we said about Drea are in play here still. Mm-hmm.
And more.
You're dating and much more. Yeah. You're dating a younger girl. You know what you're doing. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
So.
And when you are a man of Puff's stature, fame, power, influence, wealth. And you got a 19-year-old girl who now at this point, she's talking, they've graduated to the point of her being 22. I think that during those ages, there was a lot of manipulation and just kind of and grooming. And I know, that happened during those years to where, like I said, some prisons don't look like prisons to other people, but there's a reason why they're called gilded cages.
And hold on. Not just that. There's the other part of he's doing things and getting away with it. So cool, I get away, she fucking with Kid Cudi. Okay, boom, you blow the car up and there's no repercussion at all. That could scare the shit out of somebody. Like, you know what? If he could do this and get away with it, what the fuck could he do to me and just walk away scot-free?
There's a reason why it took 30 years to take down fucking Harvey Weinstein. 30 years, because you start to see that there is absolutely no consequences to the actions that this person has perpetrated, and they are illegal, and they can kill people.
Okay, well, I want to read to y'all because I just want to present all sides.
Of course,
and y'all.
Of course.
I'm going to read y'all what Willie D had to say because I enjoy Willie D.
Southern man.
I absolutely love Willie D.
My brother. Shout out to Willie D.
Willie D says, I know some of you are about to be tight over what I'm about to say, but I'll take my chances. See, Willie D is braving the niggas already. He jumping out there, but that's why I fuck with him.
Yeah.
I don't have a dog in the fight, but using Cassie's youth as a blanket excuse for the choices she made during her decade-long relationship with Diddy is problematic because it removes the necessary element of accountability, without which no one learns or grows. Diddy and Cassie is a cautionary tale for men who use their money and power to abuse others. On the flip side, it tells young women who will come after Cassie, no matter what you get yourself into and who gets hurt, as long as you are young, you won't be held accountable. By her own admission, she stayed not out of fear, but because she didn't want another woman to take her place. Cassie is not some helpless victim. She is a savvy home-wrecking opportunist who left Ryan Leslie for Diddy, knowing he was with Kim Porter simply to upgrade her lifestyle, turning both Kim and Ryan into collateral damage. And let's not forget the kids. In court, she testified that she enjoyed the freak-offs, just not as often as Diddy did. She ultimately left him for the trainer he paid for, tried to blackmail him for $30 million, and when that failed, sued him and walked away with $20 million. Now that she's the prosecution star witness trying to bury him, yes, Diddy was abusive and should have been punished for it. But let's not pretend Cassie didn't cash in after every black. No, I don't feel comfortable saying that. I don't feel comfortable reading the last slide of that.
Some of that I kind of get the gist of, but I think the main thing that's important is that Cassie is not on trial.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
And I think he's wrong about all of that. I think we have to start from there, right? Cassie's not on trial.
And also the term homewrecker, I'm just like, why is the onus always put on the woman?
There's so many things, and I love Willie D, but I have to disagree with him on a few of those things. One, I don't think holding people accountable for the harm they cause means that the victims don't have accountability. Two, is just not the point. If I were to, you got that very expensive chain on, and if you were to walk through a really terrible neighborhood at 3 a.m. unarmed by yourself with that chain on, you might get robbed.
I know not to do it.
You know, right? But when you get robbed, yeah, I would say to you, you made some bad choices, but that doesn't negate the fact that the person who you should be able to do that.
About Mark, you actually helping. I've been quiet on this, but you actually helping the other side. You don't even see it.
I agree with that.
You're really helping the other side because what I know I shouldn't be out in the hood at 3 a.m. with my chains on.
But why? Because there's predators there.
But here's the problem. No, but here's the problem. Here's the real issue. The real issue is how.
No, but don't lose that point. Though,
okay,
right?
no, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to answer that. The way men see the world and the way women see the world, right? So the way men see the world, if you're my woman, I'm gonna be like, yo, babe, don't wear that because I know how men are. Now you'll say that's not how men's supposed to be. They shouldn't be that way. But men are smart enough to know that that's not the way the world works. Just because you wear, I should be able to wear my chain everywhere, but I'm smart enough to know where the wolves are. Right, so my thing is when you lay with wolves, you almost got to know you laying with a wolf.
So
hold on. But to your point, what if you didn't know that?
Right, and that's part of where the 19
well,
thing
you didn't
comes
know
in.
what?
And that's part
to not wear your chain there. What if you didn't grow up anywhere near the hood? Don't know nothing about being robbed, robbery, nothing like that. But you watched TV and saw a chain and got a chain.
Yep.
And now you wearing it somewhere where somebody with some street sense would know not to wear that there, but you don't know because you're not from there, never been there.
And when we see him,
because you're young and inexperienced in that life.
And guess what happens? Usually somebody says, "Yo, you know where you at? Put that chain away." You know.
Or you know what else they say? Let me get that chain up.
That's my point. Dog. Exactly. You're right. That's right too.
Those are chances.
But at the end of the day, the point is you should live in the ideal world isn't one where you hide from the predators. It's one where there aren't predators. And in this case, I just feel like, again, I might if Cassie were my sister, my mom might be like, "Yo, that's a bad situation to get into." All true. But at the end of the day, the question is, did Diddy do harm? But and the second thing, and I want you to jump in. I just want to just finish this thought real quick. The second thing, though, to me is that doesn't necessarily mean that the legal standard for the crime in this case was met, right? Because
that's my only concern.
Which I agree. So that's where it comes down to trusting Cassie's word or Diddy's. But what I don't want us to do is to believe that because someone came back home, because someone didn't run at the first sight, because someone enjoyed a freak off, that means necessarily that they weren't being captive. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean they were.
But how though?
The example that I gave, that Mel gave it, is that lots of people who are victims of things end up developing a psychological condition where they stay. Again, children get kidnapped. They get brought to a whole new city. They know they have other parents. And if the kidnapper stays with them long enough, they can send them to the store and the kid will come back.
That's true.
Enslaved people will literally leave a plantation and then go back. Or be afraid to leave. Yeah. Doesn't mean slavery wasn't bad.
That's true.
So all I'm saying is I'm not saying that we know everything that happened in Cassie and Diddy's house. I'm just saying that I wouldn't assume that because she stayed a long time, that's proof that Diddy didn't do it.
Mark, real quick, you just stated that Cassie is not on trial here, right? That's what you said. But on the flip hand is that the stuff that Diddy is being accused of, the stuff that he's on trial for does not fit the circumstances right now and what's being said.
That's my only problem.
That's
why them saying Cassie's not on trial.
He's not on trial for being an abuser, a manipulator, for
But he
taking
is,
advantage.
though.
He's on trial for sex trafficking and whatever the other two are.
But here's the problem.
Yo, y'all, if I'm looking from Puff's POV, y'all are saying I sex trafficked my girl.
Who I'm supposed to take care of.
This is my girlfriend. Yo, y'all, and I know that it's easy to paint Puff as the monster. He's done a great job of it himself.
Yeah, true.
But nobody is that 100% of the time. Part of his manipulation and bullshit is the charm and all of that,
1000%.
that goes along with. So, what do you do when Puff's attorney is saying there were times where he was fully functional on the drugs and you kept going?
To be clear,
let me finish. What do you do when the Puff's attorney is saying, hey, there were times when Puff was urging you that we can't freak off. You have a role that you have to get ready for. We can't do this. And you were the person that continued and urged this to go on. Like, it's not just the picture that y'all are painting. And again, it falls on which side you believe.
Yeah.
Do you believe that he was sex trafficking Cassie? And again, I think that they're gonna get him with the next few. I just don't think they did a great job with Cassie.
For clarity, for my sake and for the listener's sake, isn't most of the sex trafficking not regarding her being sex trafficked, but the prostitutes and other people that were being brought in?
She basically sets the stage because she was there and present for it, and also instructed
having sex with them.
and having sex with them, and instructed to quote unquote purchase them. Purchase their time.
Right.
All we're talking about is their sexual moments, and this is a RICO trial. If this was a domestic violence trial or a state trial, I wouldn't care. All this is great.
I think they have to set the stage.
Here's why it matters. Here's why it's relevant. And I agree. The domestic abuse as such is not on trial.
Yes.
But the problem is when you're trying with sex trafficking, because of those elements of coercion or fraud or force.
Yes.
You need to establish.
I have to establish how you're using force and how you're coercing somebody, and that's where saying, "Well, he's beating the shit out of me, and if I don't do it, he's going to beat the shit out of me again." When people get trafficked in other countries, that's often it's the fear that they take your green card or your documentation, but it's also the fear that they'll cut you or shoot you or beat you. So the fear of violence is a form of enforcement of sex trafficking, and so I think y'all are right in the implicit point y'all are making. And I agree with you, which is the prosecution is not just using it for that purpose, but they're trying to make the jury they want the jury to prosecute Puff for being a monster, not for the particular crime, but they do have a legitimate,
and they're doing a great job at that.
Yes,
they're doing a great job at just this guy's a piece of shit. Convict him off that.
That's what it really is.
We shouldn't need anything more.
That's true, but it just so happens that his piece of shit habits are relevant for the conversation.
Mark, but what he's doing, he was supposed to do. Like, that's my woman. I'm going to put my girl's right there. I'm going to give her money. And we going to be. It's like, am I sex trafficking her now? Like, if she's mad at me, that's where it reads.
They talking in court. Like, they talking in court language, which is why I'm letting it rock. I'm talking on nigga shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is relevant in nigga shit and Parks.
Exactly.
It is relevant that she was with Ryan Leslie prior to ever meeting Dude. And y'all saying she's not on trial, but she kind of is. Because her behavior in the past is relevant to what happens with this man's future.
Well, how so? Just say more. I'm not following. How so?
They painting her as a fast little hussy.
Got it. That's what you're saying.
They paint her as somebody that maybe didn't have shit, didn't have no way of ever having shit.
I see what you're saying.
And saw a powerful man, was attracted to that, left the nigga she was with, deaded him, and went and signed up for all this shit, maybe not knowing what she was getting into. I don't want to sound like, I don't think she knew.
And I think that might be the actual story. I don't think so either. But I think what you just painted might be the story. She might have been like, that's a lick. She might have got in there and said, fuck Kim. She might have got in there all that shit.
Right?
He did. He did a lot.
The fake flyer.
All fake event to take her away from him. So it don't necessarily mean that
she slid again with Cuddy. She was with Cuddy and slid again. She slid every time he asked her to slide. Stop with this Cassie innocent shit. I can't.
Me neither.
I don't think she's all the way innocent in it. I also think she's a victim and he's going away and horrible things were done. But I think they both was on some shit.
So let me ask you the question. If he's the one on trial and you believe that she's the victim and he's going away, why are we worried about how we painting her?
Because I know because the niggas that was outside for a while don't look at that as artists to CEO. That's why. Because Cassie put her song out, and nobody that had 2 cents in the music business thought Cassie's coming out with more music.
She's the fire.
Nobody thought that.
Up.
And we've seen mad times. Carisha just fucking did it.
Yep.
What are we talking about? I know we in court, so cool.
Yeah.
But don't act like we don't know the bitches that see the CEO, think I can get with him, and I'm never doing music again.
So wait.
They make that trade all the time. I'm not talking
All
about
the
that.
time, Joe.
No, I understand. So, question, because from what I remember, we can actually look it up. I feel like it's not like her debut album was a dud. You know what I'm saying? So in the way that you're saying that nobody had any expectations that she was going to have another album, I don't think that that's necessarily true.
That girl was
From the
cold,
inside,
though.
Melissa.
That girl was
So
cold.
from
I don't think she had that
business,
expectation, but I think the other people may have.
if you're in the music business, you got to understand. Her coming in, we all knew she was a Ryan Leslie creation. Ryan Leslie's girlfriend that he created, he produced everything, and then she left Ryan Leslie being his creation. It becomes Puff creation because whatever it is, it might have been bigger.
Okay.
But the part that bothers me is that we don't acknowledge what really happens. What happens is that Puff brings, because we hate Puff so much, right? We hate him, right? I get that. But this was an employee of his, a trainer that he hired to train him and her, that takes her away. She writes a book basically saying, give me $20 million for this, $30 million for this and this. Nobody, and the personal trainer, the white guy just walking around like he's harmless. Dog, Puff's not a great person. I can get that. But that don't mean he deserves everything worse and he's the only bad. This is not a Tyler Perry movie where he's only one bad guy. It's bad people in every scenario.
He's the one the feds went and got and is on trial.
And he's who they want. But my point is,
And
he's
she's
who
the
they want.
author that got immunity. See, we don't never pay no mind to the person that got immunity. Why does she need immunity?
Okay, but
We was both doing it.
I can see a legitimate.
Before you
Well, me too.
Go ahead.
I can too.
No, when you finish,
I was gonna say everybody you're talking about everybody having this perception that album was a one and done and he was never gonna do anything else.
You was there too. You was outside too.
Hold on, what's that?
You seen that girl be paraded everywhere and introduced. Introduced as Puff Girl, and if you play with her, he'll hurt you.
Understood.
That was out there from 02 or whatever the fuck they met to whenever.
And I was in the studio and I was there.
At
He said the same. That's it.
He paraded that girl.
That was his girl.
He did the thing that he does.
I was going to say that just because it was other people's perception that was a one and done, I don't necessarily think that was her perception.
Yeah,
I think that she was sitting there with hoping
She thought
against
she was gonna
hope.
make music again.
Yeah,
She
really
definitely thought she was gonna make music again.
And also she talks about
That's
work.
the naivete.
But also
No, wait. I want to hold
Mark,
on, man. Let me
Mark,
just wait.
I was working on her project. It wasn't.
Wait, let's get this
I was in the
1v1
room.
with Mark. Either that's the naivete or that's the cunning savviness of somebody saying, hey, you know what would be a really good way to get my shit rocking? To suck his dick.
No, I hear you. I'm saying all I'm saying is you.
And I don't
Okay,
think
can you
I don't
acknowledge
think
that?
she was too young to have that thought.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying that going in, that might have been her motivation. I said I accept that might have been her total motivation for getting into that relationship. I was just we were responding. Mel and I were responding to the idea of everybody knew no more music was coming once they got together. And we were saying no. She probably thought something else was coming, and that's part of why she stayed. Whether that's for good reason or bad reason.
Well, I think that's where I ride with y'all. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry. That's what's gonna get. Hold on, man.
Sorry, there's just one thing that I want to say in regards to this is the fact that during her testimony she uses a term called work busy. And what she means when she uses that term is that he kept the facade going by having her work with producers and go and write music and whatever else. He knew he was never gonna fucking put out any more music and everybody else got the memo. She literally did not get the memo because that's why she called it work busy. Right. And in hindsight, she realized, oh, he was just helping to keep the lie going in order to persuade me into believing
that's
that
one
I had
way to look at it.
I was one of the producers, by the way. I was in the studio working on her project with Puff in the room, our guys, and I can tell you from being in the music business, you can tell when it ain't coming out. They had no direction, no nothing. It was just like, yo, just give us a fly. It was like no direction. Puff will come and go. You knew it. If you're on the inside of the music business, you know when your shit ain't coming out. If you bring writers in town for a week and we don't come away with not one complete song, eventually you start knowing. And that's what I'm saying. But just
how long can you string somebody along like that?
Why would if she knew her music wasn't coming out? Why would she continue to play?
Because she got the lifestyle without putting out the music.
What are you talking about, Mark?
I'm asking because I don't know.
You do know.
Mark, he put her up in a penthouse. She was living like a superstar. And then guess what? He probably would have been still taking care of her when they broke up, but she left with the
I was
trainer.
asking a music question. I understand the argument you're making about the other thing. I was just saying, why,
if she knows that her music's not coming out, why bother?
Why waste your time? And that's
right.
Because I'm still right.
Because everything that comes from this platinum music, I got already. So shit, I'm fake working.
Puff don't want her to make music, so I was just curious to know why she would even play out the studio.
If you're asking me, I think that there was a lot of stoppages between this timeline that they trying to reconfigure as her being this artist that was chasing a career. She was not.
Okay. A question for Mel and Mark. And this is what I asked last time, how was she able to leave with the trainer if he was so controlling and Stockholm syndrome and all that, right? Like, if he was controlling, like I said, or like they saying, and she was being watched and she couldn't move, how was she able to leave with the trainer that he hired for her?
Listen, me and my girlfriends were talking about this in the car last night.
I have a theory.
That is the shit I would fucking love to know.
Oh, see, and that's where I can't fuck with them.
So
that's where I can't fuck with them.
No, just wait. Hold on one second here. I just said about 5 minutes ago how many times it takes victims of domestic violence to leave their partners and how many times they keep going back. But for a lot of women, sometimes there is the final time. Also, I want to make mention that within the first few weeks of a woman trying to leave a domestic violence incident, that is when she has the highest statistical rate of being unalived by her mate. So there is real fear that nobody.
Can I just say something to you and Mel? And I'm on y'all's side.
Of course,
I am on their side. Okay. I hired them so I could be on their side.
But she's not on their side.
No, for real.
That's right. All right. How she left with the trainer, Joe?
Huh?
I'm gonna answer your question.
If the nigga was all that, come on, listen.
Because let me say this.
She left plenty of times. That's what I'm saying, Mark. So
let me say that. Let me say that in response to Mel. Mel, on the flip side of what you're saying, this is gonna sound horrible.
So don't say it.
But I am gonna say it because women are not a monolith.
We're not.
There are some women that really like the controlling guy.
I'm telling you.
There are some women that are attracted to the toxic, ain't shit, I'm in the house controlling, demanding, jealous, I'll fuck your ex up.
Oh, for sure.
I will not deny that for a single second.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Okay, got it.
Absolutely.
I don't know Cassie enough to put that on her jacket, but I know there's a flip side to that.
Of course, and that's usually born out of some kind of trauma or some kind of experience where somebody did it. No one just wakes up like, I want to be controlled.
But Mark, it's my only issue with this.
But just let me answer Flip's question first.
Go ahead, Mark.
So I think there's a couple things. I think one, to Mel's point, at some point you do get enough. And there's that. But your question is, if Puff's so dangerous and violent, why did it happen? Some of it is timing. Some of it is when somebody's really in a bad space, drug-wise, relationship-wise, or he's out fucking somebody else for the next 3 weeks, that's the time to exit. Sometimes you stop caring about the fear because after the 6th or the 8th time, you're like, you know what, fuck it. Look at Tina Turner. Ike didn't stop being violent to her when she left. She just said, fuck it, I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? If I have to die to leave this situation, then I'll die to leave this situation. And then some of it is sometimes you need some courage. And sometimes it's when you meet the next guy that you get the courage to leave. Now, that doesn't mean that the next guy is a good guy. I'm with you.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know.
That's whack, though. That is whack.
Yeah, I don't want to praise him. I don't know anything about him. Wouldn't know him if he walked in this room, right? But what I know is sometimes you need somebody in your ear saying you can do this. Even if it's for their own purpose, but you need somebody to do it. So that's a lot of the reasons why. But the last thing I would do is advance the idea that, well, Puff wasn't that bad. Only because we've seen how bad he can be.
Yeah, but he was that bad.
Yeah, he was bad.
And that was his girl.
And I also think that Alex Fine was so removed he was an outsider. Yes, he was hired by Puff. I get that. But he was basically an outsider to that massive circle. So anybody saying, well, I tried to pull her away, et cetera, she could literally have been living with the belief, you are too close to the situation. He will send the enforcers. He'll come fucking get me. I'll get another fucking beating. Fuck that. Can't go. But the
controlling monster guy just so happened to not do any of those things when you left with the help that he paid for.
I don't.
He didn't
on the flip side,
beat
we
nobody up. He didn't shoot nobody. He didn't go.
Not this time.
I don't know how hot it was at that time.
Exactly.
Well, we talking about. I'm talking about this time.
But I'm saying she left with other people and shit happened.
But let's be clear. When you said what's his name, Harvey Weinstein. You said Harvey Weinstein. We try to compare Puff to the powerful rich men. It's one
Puff
of
is a powerful rich man.
Puff is a powerful rich man.
I wasn't finished.
Oh, sorry.
He is a powerful rich man, but it's one other fact that he's also famous. And when you're famous, women flock to you. Puff ain't Harvey Weinstein. Everywhere he going, women are there. So what I'm saying is that when they try to paint him like, it's like he was also a celebrity that women wanted. So she didn't want to give up that spot either.
And men wanted, clearly.
And by the way, she even said it. I didn't want to lose my spot.
And that's probably true too.
Then she played a role slightly in it.
Well, if you acknowledge that, then you acknowledge that this is more than just
that's what I'm saying.
Stockholm trauma and she was young.
But that is kind of part of Stockholm trauma.
Tell me.
Yeah, because part of it you start to associate with your captor. You start to associate with your oppressor. And so I want him to like me. I don't want to lose this spot. It's exactly consistent with Stockholm syndrome.
Y'all make it sound like Puff picked her up in a black van. Y'all make it sound like Puff picked her up in a black van and threw in the car. He's not a captive.
You do lose me there.
I'm using captive in the context of Stockholm. That's what it comes from.
Okay, I got you.
So in this case, it's not a literal captor. But most domestic violence situations aren't literally, most people aren't literally locked in. It's other factors. And again, that doesn't mean that there wasn't a personal issue.
So you're weaponizing all the things that you was attracted to.
That's what's really happening.
That's what's happening.
I'm just going to read for anybody who has a question.
Well, and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
so everything is right when it comes to Puff because he is a piece of shit. Don't confuse what we saying with he's not a piece of shit. But she ain't just Little Miss Red Riding Hood that, oh my God.
But I'm with you on that, but again, she's not on trial.
But I think we have to get out of the mode. Because that's the same shit police say. Well, he was no angel. I don't have to be an angel to not get shot, right? We tend to
if you lying on our whole history. That's the only reason we keep talking about her. Because she keeps saying, yo, this was that. And he's saying, no, the fuck it was not. That's the only reason we keep talking about it.
And that's the part we got to unpack more.
got to talk about it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying on this massive platform, as you would like to say, that we're not suggesting that person has to be a perfect or an angel or have great character.
No, we're not suggesting that.
I'm not saying. I'm saying I just want to reinforce that.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you,
because
Mark.
I don't. She could be. Let's assume Cassie's the worst person ever. Mm-hmm. She still doesn't deserve the things that Puff is accused of doing to her. And
that we've witnessed.
What we're up here debating is whether or not Puff actually did those things. But it's a very important part.
They say that she did stuff to him. He just an accuser of it. So she went out first. It's like basically like who called who first. Like Joe said the police first. Now I'm the bad person. That's really what it is. Because when you look at it, she's like, I can't wait for the freak up. I want to be uncontrollable. As a man, it triggers me because women tell you that type of shit all day. Slut me out. Do this, and then all of a sudden I do it, and then all of a sudden she like you use me. Hold the fuck. Like as a man, you become confused.
I think we're getting confused again in what the trial is. It's the state and the feds versus Puff. It is not Cassie versus Puff. It is not the state versus Cassie.
But it's versus Puff triggered off what he supposedly did to Cassie.
Yeah,
here's my issue, Pauls. I feel like because we watched
the person that has immunity and liked freak offs just as much or more than me, I should be allowed to say, hey, she was in there asking to get pissed on. She was in there asking if we could fly Jules in. This was not just a master manipulation by Puff. I should be able to say that shit.
Joe, how I'm supposed to know? But if you ask me for it, how I'm supposed to know?
Wait, Ray, it's funny you say that because in court, that's what it's coming down to now. I do think that more people are coming, but right this second, Puff's defense is saying, how am I supposed to know that you ever had a problem with any of the freak-offs when this has been your verbiage to me? That's what they're discussing right now.
So let me just read this about people experiencing Stockholm Syndrome, a psychological phenomenon where hostages develop positive feelings toward their captors, often exhibiting behaviors like refusing to cooperate with authorities, defending the abuser, and minimizing the abuse. They may also feel attached to or even sympathetic towards the captor and struggle to detach and heal from the trauma.
Can I make one analogy?
Everything she did falls under trauma, and I was young in Stockholm.
Can I make a quick analogy?
Go ahead.
You're dating someone that loves cocaine.
Yes.
You buy them cocaine.
Thought that was great so far.
Buying cocaine is illegal.
Yes.
There we go.
Here we are.
No, that's not true.
Why?
Let's stay right here.
Let's do it.
You like cocaine, I like cocaine. Together, we in the trenches getting cocaine.
We the coke couple.
We are the cocaine couple.
Let's go.
Once we get caught, you flip.
Well, call her a rat then.
No. Joe, you missed it, Joe. No, you missed it, Joe. Once you got tired of it, because you want to go to another place, you find love, good for you, find a husband, but you realize that shit cost. So if you can't be the victim, that's what it's Michelle. I'm sorry. You just can't be a victim of it if you wrote a book. Hey man, give me some money for this, so I'm gonna put it out. At that point, you're not a victim. You basically saying, nigga, you know I need some money, and he like, you know, you picked who you picked.
No, she's a victim, and she's.
But I'm saying when she became the victim after he said, I'm not paying you $30 million for the book. Okay, now I'm gonna sue you.
So.
Is that not true?
I think that
this is the
I think my response to Parks is you can't repaint history as if you wasn't down and then make it seem like I was forcing you to do coke.
And that's my issue with the coke.
But in your example, it's really, I like coke and I introduced you to coke.
Yes.
That's where it's a little different. He introduced her to this shit. She says that he taught her this. It ain't that she was doing that prior to him.
Right.
True.
But you was doing it after him, and he at some points tried to get you off and put you in a drug rehab.
Yeah,
Y'all can't keep playing both sides of the fence with
And
him.
her claim is that that's not what happened.
playing
That's
both
what I'm
sides of
saying.
the fence.
That becomes a question of the facts because I get what you're saying. He's saying you was down for the free cups. You wanted some time when I didn't. I hear that. She's saying that's not what happened. And so we also at some point have to decide whose version we believe or look at the evidence to see.
I think this is the Tory trial all over again. I don't think any of that matters to the charges that are being presented.
Yeah.
He is charged with bringing prostitutes over, sex trafficking, using multiple businesses and such to do so, which is racketeering.
I think they got him.
Yeah.
I keep saying
It's the same
I do
exact-
think they got him.
Okay,
Not the same exact. It's a similar scenario to
but
Tory
here's how
where
it's
we're all
tricky.
arguing,
We're arguing,
did he do this, did he do that? That's on trial.
Which we will get to at some point. The Tory thing.
Yes.
I just feel like when somebody has gotten away with so many things over the years, people try to find something to
Take him down.
Like the OJ thing. We'll get him on something.
Yeah. I don't want to use the words pin on them, but that's what they do. Right? Oh, look what we're saying. He got away with it so many years and all that shit. So does that mean what he's on trial on now?
I don't think you're
fits
wrong,
it?
Flip. I think
you know what I mean. And that's the only problem. Same thing with the OJ situation.
I think it's a big part of it.
OJ situation, he got away with that shit, and they just pinned that he tried to for his. It's just shit.
But OJ probably did it too. See,
I get what you're saying, Mark.
And that's the tough part.
But he was.
Yeah, you guys.
No, I'm not talking about killing. I'm saying OJ probably did the
shit
shit he was actually convicted of, but the feds aren't usually convicting people for that.
He went in and stole his memorabilia back. He did. He that's what he went to jail for.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He probably did it, but they don't usually lock you up for that. Similarly, half the music industry does what Puff does. They're just not.
So today on
Not half, Mark. 95%.
No doubt.
So today on the stand during the cross, they got Cassie saying they're playing audio of Cassie threatening someone who threatened to leak.
She said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, somebody who threatened to leak footage from the freak-offs. She said that she threatened to kill them.
Oh wow!
But Mark, not that she threatened to kill him, Joe. She said, "No, I will have you killed.
I will have
no
you
one will know
yeah.
that I like." It was like she went into it.
Yeah, there'll be no blood on my hands. I've never done this before, but
it's almost like she's connected to someone who's capable of doing those kinds of things.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
and she was
I don't think that makes her. I think that makes Puff look bad, not her.
So let me.
Wait, time out, Mark.
Yeah.
I think it makes them both look bad.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying it doesn't make her look bad, but,
Yeah,
but I'm saying because she's not on trial, I'm saying I don't think that helps Puff's defense.
I want to make a point to how Joe
I disagree with that.
Joe just told you guys this. The wording that he used. I'm going to reframe that with how it's written here, just to show it's all about which you believe. It's all about your perception based on the words that you hear and how you hear the words.
Get in your bag, Mel.
Jurors heard a recording of a distressed Cassie screaming at a friend who said that he had seen a video of her performing sex acts. So it's not even including this friend in the video. He just says he has it. In the recording made by Cassie, who recorded herself in 2013, the man claimed to have the video on his phone. Cassie is heard pleading to see the video and then threatening to kill him if it became public. I've never killed anyone in my life, but I will kill you, is what she said. She didn't say anything about, I'll have somebody else do it. At least it doesn't say that here. Cassie told the man, punctuating her threats with profanity.
Well, in another transcript, it does say that.
Yeah, I saw the transcript.
We need to fact
fair
check
enough.
that.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're not reading from a transcript.
No,
You're reading a report.
It's a report from ABC, exactly. She acknowledged in her testimony that Combs subsequently made efforts to keep the videos private, or this particular video private. But I mean, words matter in terms of how we tell the story, you know? So Joe's version versus how I just read that, you'll hear it two different ways. You'll hear a woman who is terrified of the world seeing her in that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take her fate in her own hands and kill the person that put her in that position.
I mean, but how many?
As a juror-
But how many times have you been angry with somebody and you just say, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you" or something like that?
That's different than I'm gonna have you killed. Here's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's very different.
If it gets meticulous, it gets. But for me as a juror, what I would hear in that is, Cassie's fucked up, but she was going to leverage the power that she had by being with Puff, which tells me that Puff has the power to control outcomes. It just reinforces the Cuddy blowing up the car shit. It just reinforces that he is somebody who you need to be afraid of.
And she was,
and you need to listen
and
to.
it also reinforces that she was very attracted to that, and she used it when she needed it.
No doubt. But again, and if she were on trial, I think you might be able to get her on a RICO trial, maybe. I don't know.
Well, she wouldn't be on trial because
she ain't going to be on one, right.
But in a RICO trial, if she didn't have immunity, what Willie D is saying that she should be co-defendants.
I think it's a racketeering trial too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes part of a RICO, I think, and they're not the same thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I think it's
no RICO. RICO is racketeering.
Yeah,
no, I think RICO is part of racketeering, but
Isn't that the R in RICO?
Yeah.
yes, but
The R in RICO.
I get what you're saying.
But RICO is racketeering can be part of RICO, but RICO's not necessarily a racketeering charge. I think is the difference.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Okay.
All right.
Again, this is kind of the discourse that's happened similar to the trial over on the West Coast. It's discourse that's going to get in things.
But the real issue is that you have people that are emotional, and when
For
you're
sure.
emotional and the mob hates you, like right now the mob hates Puff, right?
sure.
And anytime someone says something that helps them, it's like the mob is mad at them for speaking up for them, but that's not what this is. This is a trial.
Right.
That's what the point of this is. So just because the mob hates you doesn't mean that everyone should say, it's like, that's my only thing. It's like, they was together. They did it together. It's times when she wanted it. It's times when he wanted it. But because he's the person that everybody liked, kill that monster.
And the defense introduced where he left. He left you. He was with Ken Porter. He was with Gina. He ran off, and you were jealous that somebody else was taking your spot. How y'all hear that? And
I want to be clear. I don't think that she's an angel or anything, but again, she's not on trial, so that's not.
And also, I think
it's irrelevant to me
it's
a
just
little
it's the toxicity associated with a super.
it's not irrelevant if you're saying I held you captive and kidnapped and you couldn't leave and I forced you to do all these.
That's why the Stockholm thing.
Exactly, and that's
please,
why
don't
we're.
don't Stockholm me to death.
So while her admitting now on trial on the stand, is Stockholm still in effect?
And did Stockholm leave when she left with the handler and paid with Puff's credit
She's been
card?
gone for years.
This is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is
I'm saying something slightly different. I understand your question. I'm saying something slightly different.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Stockholm explains all of her actions.
Okay,
What I'm
that's what it
saying
sounds like.
and that's why I want to be clear.
Right.
What I'm saying is that Stockholm is an answer to the question of why she does it. In other words, her actions don't prove Puff's innocence. And Stockholm Syndrome is an example of why they don't. But it also doesn't prove his guilt, right? So in other words, her not leaving doesn't prove that he's guilty. Or he's innocent, right?
I'm 100% with you.
And that's where Stockholm comes in as an explanation, a potential explanation.
It's just
for
every
why.
time we use the word Stockholm, we never go right to proving that it was Stockholm versus a cunning, savvy, little fast heifer.
And I think the reason is because we
don't never do that.
Because when people
We never
look
figured out what's real.
Here's
It's
why.
like-
Because when people look at her behavior, they act like that's the big joke. You don't get this right, but in spades, there's this
Very
big
funny,
joke.
Mark.
Yeah, big joker, right?
Very funny, Mark.
So what happens is people say, well, it couldn't have happened because she did this. And all I'm saying is that I know, but I'm just saying, just because she did this doesn't prove that Puff wasn't guilty of this crime. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not talking about his guilt or not. I'm just saying they was in it together. To me, it feels like you was mad at me. We argued, but we forgot we were famous. And now now we at trial looking at each other like, fuck, look how big this shit got. And it really was nothing to us. I really don't think she wants him to be go to jail.
But with her own words, she's admitting to certain things and taking accountability herself.
But I also
exactly. So Stockholm doesn't.
I just want to. Wait. Let me just ask you guys a question. How much of a role do you think physical violence plays in somebody feeling like, yes, I have no chains on me, but I can't go far?
Huge.
Huge. Okay,
yes.
now hold on 1 second here. If we're gonna sit here and think and act like that videotape that happened in the fucking hotel was an isolated incident, Okay, so if we're going to look at that as an example of how free he felt to do this in a public setting with cameras and knowing he was going to be able to buy off this fucking hotel and this footage was never going to see the fucking light of day, then he is walking around with this idea that he is a Teflon motherfucking Don.
Whoa.
Now that can be true.
That's not the only truth.
I'm not saying it's true, Joe. I'm saying that can be true.
That is true. I don't want to present this because I feel like I'm speaking for him, and I don't want to do that. However, the guy that's brazen enough to do that on the hotel cameras in public, like Mel just said, a lot of times thinks about the person he's doing it to and has that relationship to where he don't feel like he could beat that just because he's so big and bad. He also feels like he could beat it because of who he's doing it to, and she's held him down before, and they've together have worked together to suppress all of it. He ain't just moving on his own accord. He's moving like that because this is my girlfriend.
Which literally supports the Stockholm syndrome.
Joe, he's moving like that. That's how we move.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's how we move.
So,
that's what I'm saying.
You might not want to say it that way.
Exactly. So getting kicked in the head.
That's how they move.
That's how they would beat each other up. Everyone said it.
Y'all want to rewrite history.
Okay.
We just don't like him, and I get it.
So
but I'm saying that there were two bad people.
Through the ear maybe doesn't sound the greatest.
There was two people going back to each other.
But wait, it wasn't the greatest. And I think that's the hard time people have. And none of this shit is going to sound pretty. That's why the lawyers are saying, yo, he is a piece of shit. We not here to argue that. None of it sounds pretty. But
she liked it, is what they basically said. She liked some of it, and how would he know that she didn't to keep her hostage?
She doesn't enjoy getting kicked in the head.
Mel, I want to say one thing. Mel, I want to say one thing. Do you know women find it attractive when a man comes and gets her? Me and my man was arguing. I went out and he showed up to the club. They love. It's like my nigga don't play about. It's like it's attractive when she finds it attractive.
Yeah, they're writing off the women that like that shit. I'm not doing it. And it's easy to paint Cassie as the victim that was abused, who was trying to put an album out, and the big bad powerful man. Yes, horrible shit happened, but it couldn't. She was down for some of that.
I'm not denying for a single solitary second.
But yeah, she's not on trial, and she was young in Stockholm.
That level of toxicity did not permeate her and literally become like a template of her own actions.
Mel, I just want to ask you a question because it's really important because you are a beautiful girl and you have a lot of options. Right?
Well,
you do. No, you do. But my point is this.
Right,
remember You So Crazy when Martin said you break up with a girl and you broke? She can't wait to leave.
Right.
Nigga, you want to leave this indoor? Like you could. I went to one of their houses. It was just a Hollywood house. 10,000 square foot. That was just the house where Cassie was at. You want to leave all this? And sometimes you got to think. So what I'm asking you, Mel, as a beautiful woman, does the man's financial status and the lifestyle he provides to you make a difference in how long a woman would endure other pains?
It can 1,000%.
And is that Stockholm's?
It can 1,000% play a role.
That's what I'm asking.
It absolutely can.
But is that Stockholm's?
No, it's not.
No, we're not talking about Stockholm right now.
I'm asking the question.
It's not Stockholm, right? We're not what we're discussing right now. Okay, we're talking about the accepting understanding love to be in a really toxic form, to be toxic. So there are some women, yes, that if the situation is, like I said, a gilded cage, they're not fucking going anywhere. They're going to, they consider that the lesser of two evils. But there are some women that will say, fuck you, fuck your fucking bowling alley, fuck the fucking helipad, I'm fucking out. There is women that none of that.
And I think Cassie did that 10 years into it and finally was over it, and that was it. That's what I really believe happened. And then you get with a man, then you realize there's no more heated toilets. There's no more heated pools. What do we have? And then you realize the nigga that I could get it from, he ain't gonna like me because I left with you. So now you like, what we gonna do? You act like couples don't pillow talk and sit in the bed and plan and plot. We're gonna write a book. He don't want it to get out. Hit him for some money because we need money.
Yeah.
You know what they highlighted?
That's dangerous hyperbole. You know what they highlighted?
That's how it happens, though.
You ain't got to tell me.
Unfortunately, then he should have paid it.
Right. But he did. You know what they highlighted?
Unfortunately, no, he didn't.
Well, not at first.
They said if you want $20 million, why are you up here on the stand if you got the $20 million from Puff?
Because that's the other
they
problem.
Highlighted
but
that.
now she got to.
Niggas go and pay the settlement, and y'all still leak the story.
No, is that what happened? I'm asking because I don't.
That's what they said on the. He said
that's what happened.
No, she filed a lawsuit, and then once that went up, the next day he paid.
No. That part I know.
Okay.
What my understanding of the situation was
the feds were already working on a fucking case.
They were kind of on his ass, and because all these lawsuits came back to back, the feds, some thirsty feds jumped on it. It wasn't the Cassie tipped it.
But she popped the first lawsuit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she didn't. I don't think she got.
She set it off publicly.
Yeah,
the court of public opinion. The feds could have been working for months.
That's my point. Yes. I'm saying Cassie, I think, was fine with the check and walking away.
She was the one that was supposed to shut the fuck up if I just gave you $20 million.
Yeah, but if the feds call you, so you got to take the trial. You take the stand. What you gonna do?
Then you take the stand, and today is the first time, or the other day is the first time we're hearing any of this, and we're all shocked and appalled at the same time. That's not what happened. What happened is he lost his shit. As soon as Cassie said, yo, and then the video came out, he was done.
See, and I feel like that's the steamroll of all the other people, Rod, or all the people who came out with cases. I mean, at least 8 other cases came out against Puff.
None of them more damaging and damning than this one.
And that video.
Even before the video, this one was more damaging because we saw her with him for 10 years.
He shouldn't have did none of this shit. Yo, don't take any of this speech as riding for him.
Exactly.
He shouldn't have did shit. He's dead to rights. But important to examine how you got there.
Ego.
Ego.
And the perception of being untouchable.
Ego.
Ego makes you think you're untouchable.
All ego.
Yeah.
All ego.
Joe, I think we need a moose bouche.
And moose bouche.
Yeah. Can you give us a moose bouche?
What the fuck is that?
It's like
this is crazy.
It's like
the
appetizer before the appetizer.
You cannot say what's on the table without being looked away. You can't speak from the other side with hardcore facts without it looking away.
You're against it. And it's I love everybody, but
I think you can. We always say that up here. I think we can.
Like when I hear Cassie up there admitting the things and saying I loved him and taking accountability, I still hear people, no disrespect, making excuses for her. Stockholm. And all this shit. Like she's acknowledging.
That Stockholm shit.
She's acknowledging like, yo, I was in love with him. Yes, I wanted to do it.
And Mark, you know when women are in love, they do the dumbest shit for men. Men know that. We all know that as men. She was in love, she did dumb shit, and it's over now.
But because Puff is because how people look at Puff and view, he been getting away with this for so many years. Now it's she has to be going through something or some mental anguish.
So you saw Django, right?
I did.
All right. So imagine if the slave master from Django, was it Leonardo?
Leonardo.
Yeah. Imagine if Leonardo was on trial.
Got it.
And then somebody said, well, it couldn't have been that bad. Look at Steven. Look at Samuel Jackson. Look at him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If he was really getting abused, why is he hugging him? Why is he risking his life for him? Why is he killing other people for him?
Why does he have the ability to even fucking speak
Why
at
is
the
he
table?
doing this shit? He left and came back.
That was good, Mark.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we could, if we did that
was a good argument.
We'd be we would sound crazy, right?
But at one point, Samuel had a chance to leave and join them niggas.
Wait, and now
and Cassie just left.
But wait. Hey, Flip,
that's my point. Eventually, you leave.
Samuel chose not to, though.
Let me reply to that.
If you watch Django, he made a choice.
I'm off of Django. Let me reply to that. Yes. That doesn't account for the millions of people that would sign up for that abuse in a heartbeat if there were 20 and 30 million at the end of the road.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. You can't say for sure because
especially if you ain't got it.
You don't account for those people. That theory is never floated in this.
All I'm saying
because abuse is bad.
Yes.
And now I sound like I'm defending, and I am not defending.
I don't doubt that there'd be people who would sign up for it, but that doesn't nullify the fact that the abuse is fucked up.
And I think it is.
We're not debating that part. I'm not debating that.
I know you're not. So that's what I'm saying. So the fact that she's
it's fucked up.
And honestly, I think she deserves the $30 million. If everything we say is true, she deserves it anyway.
Me too.
So I don't feel.
I think she deserved the $30 million. I also believe that he deserved for a certain treatment when you paid it.
Yep.
And
that's what I think. But she deserved the $30 million, and if you pay $30 million, that comes with certain rights that he didn't get.
He didn't pay the 30.
I would argue
we paid 20.
But that was
but the point is, it wasn't like, hey, we want this, take that. It was a hostile. He made a hostile.
He should have paid the 30.
That's what I'm saying.
He should have paid the 30. None of this is happening.
I hope not.
We might not get it.
But Mark, I love that you said that. Everybody said that. But imagine if your ex-girl who dating your old trainer that you hired comes to you with a book and says,
trainer shit really in your craw.
No, it is.
Wait. But don't put that on Ray. No, I'm with Ray because when I read the shit, the court transcript where Puff was focused on getting the money back from the trainer that was paid, I thought that was a grave mistake. That was a grave mistake. Dog, let it go.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's important to Ray because reading that, it was important. It was too important to Puff.
Triggering.
It was way too important.
But Mark,
Mark,
what I'm saying from a man's standpoint, if somebody take your chick, okay, she's a better man one. But if it's somebody you hire, he's in your house, you're telling him to handle it, and they run off together, and now you come back to me with a book, and then you say, oh, it could be a lawsuit. I might not have responded like that either. I'm just being honest with you. I might have been like, man, fuck y'all. But
even if you took it from Ryan Leslie, even if you, how you get them is how you lose them. But anyway, that's another conversation.
That's true.
What you just said, you come back with the book, you have to now weigh. If she filed this lawsuit, what do I got to lose?
No. But you're right. But what I'm telling you is, remember this.
That's where your ego kicks
She
in.
still is telling me to give her $30 million before she put out this book, and I know she's taking it back to that nigga that took her from me.
Cool. So now your ego.
No, I agree. I'm not arguing it was an ego. You're right. It was all ego.
It's all ego.
It was all ego. But that's why I'm telling Mark. That's why I don't think, because I feel the same way. Why wouldn't you just pay the $30 million? But it was the book. We didn't know that.
If it's all ego, then how much of it is spite on her part?
Ooh.
Probably all of it.
Yeah.
How much of which part?
The coming after
the civil or the criminal. I'm just asking if you mean the civil or the criminal. It's a different answer.
It could be all
I think the
spite.
civil is both. I think the criminal is. I think she just got swept up and had no choice on that. That's what
She
I
didn't have no choice because once subpoena.
Yeah, I think once you have subpoena, I don't think that's spite. But the civil part, I think some of it is. I know you don't give a fuck about much, and I need you to feel something. The courts, because that's what a lot of sexual assault and DV cases end up civil, not just because. For lots of reasons, but part of it is the courts ain't gonna do shit. The cops ain't gonna do shit.
All of this.
But also, the only thing you'll feel is this money.
Hit you in the pocket.
Yeah, some of it's the only thing you'll feel is money. I deserve some of it, but also this is gonna fuck you up, and I need you to feel.
Did y'all see the video of Lil Wayne's ex-girlfriend being broken up? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm going so hard for this trial is because of that video. She said something on that video.
Exactly.
My man is breaking up with me. He took me and my daughter out. Instead of going on with her life saying this man don't want me, she says, "Who knows a lawyer?" What are we talking? Now women are suing niggas for breaking up. And we don't even have a choice, Joe.
But we don't account for that. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, listen, if somebody came in there with facts and here's wires and puff prime, I'm with all that. But all we talking about is like sexual endeavors. Yeah. And to me, that's like embarrassing them. Is really shitting on them. But for me, it gets us nowhere. It's in a RICO. RICO was created for John Gotti and fucking Paul Castellano and all those gangsters.
This is not the right thing.
This is for
Again,
Mark.
this is not a
RICO
RICO charge.
Mark, this is for
Racketeering are different.
Huh?
That's fair.
It's a racketeering charge, not a RICO charge.
Okay.
That's true. That's fair. Yes. So let's do the amuse-bouche now.
What the fuck is it?
It's a palate
Apparently
cleanser.
y'all eat at the wrong restaurants, right? It's a palate cleanser. It's like when they give you a little something, you taste it, you sip
Clearly,
it.
we didn't go as far in college as you. This is some shit you just taught us.
No, it's fancy restaurant shit.
Fancy is college. They all associated the same.
Point is, we need a
fancy restaurant.
We need a palate cleanser, and so I just thought we could talk about something else. And I was looking at social media yesterday, minding my own business, and I stumbled upon a great new podcast. Have you seen this new podcast?
Which one?
It's Jada Kiss and Fat Joe. Anybody caught it?
Yes.
I've seen 2 of the episodes, yeah.
Oh, the whole... Okay, dope. It was
I didn't
really
watch
dope.
the most recent one, though.
Oh, you should.
How do you feel about artists stepping into the pie space?
As a longtime native potter, I feel like I'm very protective of my space, and I don't want anybody in
That's
it.
what I'm asking you.
Yeah, fuck those guys. No, I think anybody should do what they can. I mean, look, I was a TV guy, a TV news guy that people said shouldn't step into podcasting world. So, like, I think people should do their thing.
I hate how they announced it. I hate how hard they went. It's almost like, because you have an advantage because you're a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
But I think that they thought it was going to be hard.
I thought it was great.
I think they thought it was going to be easy.
I was about to say, they thought it was going to be easy.
And then they get on there, then they realize that we don't care. Like, everybody's talking, so why would we care?
Right.
And then they start, figuring out what's
You gotta make a splash.
Hey, you gotta make a splash. You gotta make some noise in the podcast.
You gotta make a splash.
By the way, it's been aired on the 3rd episode. We didn't start seeing clips from the 3rd episode until they made a splash.
Yeah, can we talk about that splash a little bit?
I saw clips from the second.
I was about to say I saw the second episode,
but I chose not.
And even those clips were what appeared to be attempts to be.
It was a little bait.
Yeah, a little bit.
Chum the water a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I didn't think it was about me because I got a hit.
You say that again? Oh, right.
The second episode.
Got
when
fair
it was
enough.
like, yo, niggas ain't got hits, niggas ain't qualified. I didn't take that personally. I felt like that before I got in the pod game. Like, yo, there's too many people that are doing interviews with rappers that never did it, never heard the music.
I wanted to
that's
talk
a common thing for people to say.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to just take that personally, so I let it ride. But then episode 3, you know what I mean?
And I don't think that was about you.
I didn't take it that way.
Then I heard this one.
I just want to let it be known, under normal circumstances, I would charge the volume and Boost Mobile for this airtime on this broadcast. But Marc that's my man. He want to let it go for free. I'm going to oblige.
Look, I'm here with the home team. We ain't got to play
just this one time.
We can just talk about it.
Please, play. I'm being dramatic.
Okay. You know,
please.
I don't want to be triggering though. I'm trying to be mindful of that.
On 5 row, I gotta be front row.
So you want all the
Cause somebody you don't like, your enemy, gonna come sit right. You notice that we call that the Joe Budden seats. You know them second row.
I don't even got
You ain't got a hoodie.
I don't even got a hood.
Yo, listen, them second, third row, I can't do it. I gotta sit front row. I'll give you my experience.
What do you call them seats?
The Joe Budden seats. Them shit second row. You know, perfect example. Him and 50 got some shit, and I'm sitting courtside, and 50 comes sit.
He was right behind y'all.
Okay, but he's behind us.
Those were still considered floor seats.
Those
if
are
you know
great.
anything.
Listen,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's AA and BB.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the man had a little something going on with 50, and why God put 50 Cent front row, and he's in like third row.
I don't think
that
was
would
God.
bother me if I was Joe Buttons.
No,
It happened to me.
And he put the S back on your
It
name.
happened to me before. When we
Now,
just
listen,
squashed
if he didn't bump in the 5th, would he have a nice
you
experience?
got a good seat, but the problem is you got to always expect the enemy might come front row.
I'll stop it there. So
There's absolutely no logic to his logic whatsoever.
Who was that?
there was
Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
That shit is hilarious.
so look. I didn't quite follow his logic either.
Yeah, it made no sense.
But just calling the second row the Joe Budden seats.
That's fucked
The
up.
second row.
It's not horrible.
So Marc, I look at
That's
it
not the
like
worst.
that,
And I tried to tell Joe this before myself.
but I would say this because he said it at a podcaster, it came off like bah. But if it was a rap bar, it would have just been a rap bar. Like it would have
Sitting in
been.
the second row like Joe Budden.
It would have been rap bar, but it
That'd
was
still be a pretty hard shot to say though.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
Second row's pretty good.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with everybody. There's nothing wrong with sitting BB.
Especially when the internet went and found pictures of Fat Joe in row 10
It's
and row
important.
13.
Okay,
and row
okay,
18.
So my only thing
And it's
that
the fucking New York. It's the Madison Square Garden.
my only response to Joe would have been, but I feel like you're the go to this podcast shit. You my nigga, but I always tell you that, and you really on the GOAT's floor. Shooting at him like nigga, that's the
AA of podcasters.
He's the podcaster.
Even if he's the
front
BB,
row, and you in podcasting now talking about it. Yeah,
All y'all doing is playing into his hand.
Yeah, it's
Right.
That's the whole point. You play in his hands. He say something, it keep going up. But I think he knew what he was doing.
How'd you feel when you heard
He
that?
did it last episode when he went up there and was like, yo, these podcasters, they give us our flowers. We up here on the whatever number they debuted on the iTunes chart, and nobody gave us our flowers. I ain't seen none of these podcasters. You know what you're talking about.
Right.
Like, you wanted to hit, do your thing. Get to your spot without mentioning anybody else.
Ice, I want to say something. Now I'm gonna challenge you because I got to call you out now.
What's up? Call me out.
This is equivalent to the rap beef. This is just
Same shit.
nigga. I got my pod. Who the number one pod? Nigga, I'm gonna shoot at him. It's the same concept.
So
it's just that.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
interesting.
Cool. So when that, I disagree with that a little bit. I mean, no.
I get you, but I'm saying it's the same concept.
If I'm the top nigga in the game, and a nigga who's on his first freestyle is shooting at me, I'm not responding to you. You got to earn a response at least.
Well, I lean in, not back.
You said what?
I lean in, not back.
You lean into it.
I lean in,
Not
not
back.
back.
He asked you a question though.
Give it the dramatic intro. Come on, you see what your boy is.
I already know.
A little bar.
Look at my boy. Look at my boy.
The greatest in the world, we here. We heard you.
Mic check,
Now
1
coming
2.
to the table.
Mic check, mic check.
Hey, nigga in this
Mic
podcast
check, 1 2
game.
1 2.
10 toes down.
Yo, let me get that water real quick. Turn me up in the
That
headphones.
nigga's counting him out.
Dim the lights.
Dim the lights a little bit. Yo, let me get
Water
that
can
towel
hold
over
that
there.
nigga down, you heard?
Sweating a little bit. I'm ready. Yo,
The
where my
automatic floater.
Yo, call out the masseuse real quick. The masseuse girl.
Call him out. Come on, ma.
Yeah, I need a massage.
Ming Ling and all y'all. Come. We here.
Stop. Wait, stop. Yo, that's why. Yo, so
I didn't even say that part.
My girl Mel up in this piece.
How do you feel, man? Like Mark asked you when you heard it.
I want to break character for a minute.
Okay.
I want to break character for a minute because you could have some fun with this, or you could use it as a really, really, really teachable moment in front of a really large audience. So let me be mature and show some discipline and restraint and lead with, I absolutely love Fat Joe. I have all the respect in the world for Fat Joe. Bought Flo Joe when it dropped. Jadakiss.
I knew you was going to Flo Joe.
I bought Flo Joe when it dropped.
No doubt.
Flo Joe was one of the first instrumentals I spit on in like 93, somewhere around there. So I got a Firewater, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a different level of respect for not only Fat Joe, but I'm going to always support anything that Jadakiss does.
For sure.
Anything that Kiss does, he has my support.
That's a fact.
Shout out to
Great
Jay
man.
Wan, shout out to Yonkers. For me, in my 40s, it's been really important to unlearn stupid hip-hop ideology. Like, let me start with, there's nothing to even fight about here. Like,
can't work.
let's start with, we're talking about a game where the tickets were the most expensive Knicks playoff tickets in franchise history.
Y'all argue about tickets that
The cheapest ticket
cost
in
more
that
than-
building was $600, $700, $800.
$874, Joe.
Yeah, it was, Knicks fan, thank
Knicks
you.
fan, $874.
Yeah, that particular game was a lot. So this is all just like elitist jargon.
It is.
I want to start there.
Yes. It's like 4.0 versus 4.6.
Secondly, well, yeah. Secondly, the internet is not like a real place. I would expect Fat Joe to know that. I need more than internet fodder to ever assume that there's really beef with somebody. Me and 50 have over 20 years in. I never thought that would escalate. And if I feel like that, I just need more than some internet chat for me to feel like that, number one. Number two, if you fight in the garden, you're banned for life. You're not doing it again. And if you're tough enough to fight there during a game, then, my nigga, I don't assume any of us millionaire, multi-millionaire, nine-figure people to do that at the garden. I just don't. The lights is too bright. And we there to watch a game, which is the other brilliant concept I have, which may be hard for people to grasp, but if I'm at the Knicks game, it's just because I'm a Knicks fan. I'm not there for the vanity play. I'm not there for the celeb role. I'm not there to be seen. I'm not in the record label seats. I'm not in the Kith seats. I'm not in the comp seats. I'm in the seat that I wanted to purchase, so I bought it. It's really just that simple. I'm not with all the extra hoopla out there. I'm not out here running around moving with the leverage of my management company or trying to be buddy-buddy or friendly with rappers that I'm not really buddy-buddy or friendly with. I'm the walking embodiment of standing on my own, too. And you know that, which is why you're using my name on your newly established platform trying to get traction, because I'm the best in the biz. I recognize that, too. Lastly, I just don't know what Joe Budden seats mean, and because I have so much relationship equity with Fat Joe, I'll wait for him to tell me. I don't want to assume. On one hand, where I come from, you would want to be seated behind your enemy, if anything.
That's where the logic goes.
That's the part I didn't follow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be seated in front of him. So if he was talking about that, I don't really get it, but that's on him. And lastly, maybe Joe Budden seats just means sitting behind somebody you make a lot more than. Until we get clarity on it, we won't really know. But be clear, reimagine how y'all mention my name in some of these conversations. I make a lot more than you niggas. So if I'm seated behind you, it's by choice, enjoying some popcorn with my baby. I say that with all the respect in the world. So much love to Fat Joe and Jadakiss. I'll continue to support their broadcast, and hopefully everyone out there will continue to do the same. But this is a non-issue, you guys. Everybody back to work. Hey, if this is a non-starter. If this ever comes to be something, then we'll address it later. But Joe and I will talk. This is non-starter. Salute to all. And go Knicks always.
Okay.
What was the thing you called it? A moosh boosh?
Yeah.
Reset the palette.
Did it do what it needed to do?
Right?
Didn't work the way I thought it would, but you know.
What'd you say?
My moves doesn't feel bouged, you know.
Yeah, like we gotta be. It's important to not let things that you see on the internet rile you up while things are going great, man. That was a non-starter. Shout out to those boys.
And then it's kind of like the guy in the front talking about the guy in the back of him, the second guy, not knowing that there's 300 other rows behind. It's like you almost like disrespect those people.
But wait, dog, if I was sitting in the nosebleeds, I make more than you. Like, my seat should never come up in your conversation. If I was outside in a lawn chair watching on a fucking mobile device, my seat shouldn't come up in none of y'all conversations. That was confusing a little bit, but to each his own.
Anywho's.
How about now? Is your moosh boosh?
There you go. Now my boosh is amused. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
We good now.
All right.
What else is going on in the world?
They got Chris Brown.
They got Ice. Take it away,
And
Chris
Ice
Brown,
Wars-
correspondent.
Ice Wars Red.
That was his free.
Nah, they got him over in United Kingdom. Picked him up from an old charge from an incident that occurred in a nightclub back in 2023, I believe.
Way back then.
And as soon as he landed, they were waiting and picked him up. I don't understand how they didn't have that situation taken care of or something. Well, at least have your people to make sure we good.
Nah, sometimes I ain't gonna hold you. I understand it. Sometimes things could A, slip through the cracks, or B, you'll put your team on it, they'll go check, and there'll be a whole nother building that you had to go to. This happened with me, and where was I? Toronto or some shit, where you had to go to a specific building on 6th Avenue to get the clearance. You could have called every other building in the world, and they said you good. But if you didn't go over there, they're flagging you over there, and we're locking you up. So sometimes your team don't know that building to get in touch with.
Yeah.
Sometimes the cops are pulling a fast one, and they just did it the night before. They just, hey, grab, snap them. Like, you don't know.
And he was denied bail.
That's the crazy part.
That's wild to me.
And they hold him till June when?
July 13th.
Wait, what?
Hold on. They hold him to when?
July.
Let me check.
You sure? Somebody check that. I thought I saw June.
No. His first show out there is July 10th.
So he gonna be in the
You gotta be
pokey
kidding
suit
me.
all that
They know what
time?
they're doing. They're being dramatic.
That is some wild shit right there.
This sounds like they'll get that result. This sounds like posturing.
Well, they said the judge said there's too severe bodily harm. What is that? Too serious grievous bodily harm case. I don't know.
Yeah, allegedly smashing somebody's head with a champagne bottle, right? Or tequila bottle, whatever, liquor bottle.
Well, he's ordered to remain in custody till June 13th.
June 13th?
Yeah,
July.
Yes, it's June. It's New York Times.
I'm sorry.
That's still a minute away. That's still like about a month.
Very different from July, though.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all.
Imagine coming for a concert and now you sitting in jail for a month.
Sorry.
Like, what?
That is crazy, bro.
You don't even know if you're getting out on June 13th. You're just going to see a judge.
Yeah, but you know what? He got to do it. He has to do it. He has to go out there. If there's charges, then you got to get locked up. Whatever has to be done in these other places while he's eligible for these Grammys and while he's getting his global star shit back, part of that is I have to go show my face and clear up all of my grievances.
That is true.
From the past.
That is true.
It's true.
His first tour date was scheduled for June 8th in Amsterdam.
It's June 8th, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I got the month mixed up. I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll make you miss one of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
We'll make you miss that one, maybe.
I bet they get it resolved before the.
Oh, you cut the right check.
Have the right people in your pocket that can call the people and say,
connect-
"That's what I
yeah.
need to
He's
do."
doing stadium tours, no?
Man, but a lot of times
I think they're going to get that resolved.
overseas they try to set examples.
You got a good manager. Aunt know what he doing.
And somebody said to me that overseas might be mad at us for tariffs.
Oh shit!
Nah, you can't take Breezy to tariff.
Nah, you can't do that.
That's crazy.
Wow.
They put a Breezy tariff on it? Oh.
They took Brittany Griner for less.
Straight up.
That's true.
It took,
For a pen.
It took Brittany Griner for much less. Yeah, we could take Chris Brown with the tariff battle, nigga.
No, that was for the Archangel of Doom or whatever that dude was. What was his name? The Merchant of Death.
Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
Swap him out.
These niggas cut a deal, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Yo, prayers are with Chris Brown.
Yeah, for sure.
Prayers.
Hopefully they get that worked out, especially before his New York day, because me and my whole family is going to that.
Yeah.
That's why I had to check. Wait.
We going to that Chris Brown. You crazy? Mel, you going to Chris Brown?
When is it?
August
Yep.
12th
You
and
in
13th.
Hot and Bother Bay? Little young boy, you running? All right.
I thought it was like
He dressed her today.
shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
who dressed you today, Mel?
I dressed myself.
Because you dressed like TLC, right eye. You dressed like you ain't too proud to beg, nah.
Yeah.
I like this look on you.
Thank you. I was gonna take that all as a compliment. Yes.
I always been a sucker though for the fucking jeans that sag when girls are doing. Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. Get your shit off.
Thank you.
What else is there? So we praying for Chris Brown, Tory. Let's get to Tory. Let's get all the newsy, depressed.
Yeah.
I really want
Let's get all the
Looking at
niggas
you
ain't
for
shit
Tory.
news out of the way. What's the name of that group? Unite something. Some group.
Sounds like a Mark question.
Mark don't know because he's Team Meg, so he ain't checking for nothing. So, no group trying to help Tory get out. But anyway, some attorneys came forward and said that Kelsey's bodyguard during the trial overheard some things. And
Unite the people.
There you go. Unite the people. Thank you, Freeze. Unite the people came forward to say that Kelsey's bodyguard during the trial came forward to say that he couldn't sleep any longer, knowing that an innocent man was in jail, and that he overheard conversations of Kelsey claiming that she was the person to fire that weapon and shoot, yada, 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 yada. That's what we got.
Doesn't that qualify as hearsay? And why is he just talking about it now? Like I'm just so confused.
He didn't want to protect her anymore, he said.
I'm over it. I'm sorry.
It's ridiculous.
And all right, so again, he was not charged with shooting her.
But he was charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm, discharging a firearm.
I mean, he's
with
basically
gross
charged with shooting.
negligence. So what I'm saying is that, Freeze, if his fingerprints was not on the firearm, then that means that these charges should be dropped or shouldn't be filed in the first place. If his fingerprint was not on the firearm, that means that he didn't assault with a semi-automatic firearm and he didn't discharge a firearm with gross negligence.
Yeah, everything that Flip said. Also on the last day of the trial, his bodyguard was supposed to take the stand, but due to somebody saying prosecution saying they would need more time with him, which would delay things, Tory and them chose for the bodyguard to not hit the stand. I think that was a grave mistake, one. Also, all of this coincides with the reporting from the neighbor that was not allowed, which said I saw two girls tussling. She fired off and a man came and yada, yada, yada. So I don't think that this helps Tory, but it's funny how when it's the man that's the victim and trying to protect a black woman, nobody gives a fuck if he goes to jail for 10 years and is railroaded. But I learned that 3-4 years ago, post-pandemic, about y'all, so I don't even talk about it no more. But a lot of people with a brain thought that it was more likely that two chicks found out they was fucking the same nigga and one of them shot the other one versus two chicks found out they were fucking with the same dude and the dude shot one of them in the foot. Do with that what you will. He's away. I don't think he's coming home.
Yeah,
that's what I got for you there.
This is what I say. To the first point, I agree. He wasn't charged with assault with a deadly weapon, but he was charged and convicted of possession of a weapon, discharging a weapon, and assault with the weapon.
But that wasn't his weapon, and some people know that.
Yeah,
and it don't have to be his weapon to catch those charges. You know that.
Say that again?
It didn't have to be his weapon to catch those charges.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was his weapon.
Okay, but I'm railroaded if whoever's weapon it was has immunity.
That's a different point.
I'm railroaded if that happens. We just always ignore the railroad, not saying that means not guilty. I'm just talking about a railroad. A railroad means I should get a retry.
On what basis? I'm just trying to follow.
Well, Tory was arguing that his representation was incompetent.
Oh, that's a different issue. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I support due process. I want him to get as many
Tory's
trials.
going to find. Well, it's his job now, right, to find as many reasons to try to get a new trial as possible.
Yeah. I find here's what I have found that the people who defend Tory Lanez have passionately misrepresented what happened in that courtroom and what the evidence was. And for me, when I hear more information, I always have to double and triple check it, not because I have an investment in who goes to jail or not, but because I've just not found it to be credible. In the case of this person who overheard somebody saying that they did something, I can't say he's lying or not. It's hard for me to believe, though, that this person is just coming forward now, and it's hard for me to believe that Tory Lanez never explicitly said on trial, Kelsey shot the weapon.
He fucked himself.
And it's hard for me to...
Actually, he said the opposite.
It's hard for me...
She did not.
Right. So now, so for this new person to be telling the truth, it means that Tory had to have lied about who the real shooter was.
Which he could say, I was under the instructions from my counsel, which was poor counsel.
Right. Or sometimes things are what they look like. And so it's hard for me to believe that he sat there on trial knowing he was looking at 10 years, knowing who the shooter was, seeing the shooter, being there with the shooter, and not only didn't identify the shooter, but said the opposite. Said that wasn't the shooter. That seems implausible to me. The outside person notwithstanding. I'm not one of those people that only wants to listen to... I've been fighting for Mumia Abu-Jamal's liberation since 1980. And people have come forward and said, I was the shooter. I saw the shooter. And I've heard people reject our claims because they say, why would somebody come later? I'm not that person that says, just because it ain't my person, I won't listen to them. That's not my point.
I've been fighting for 35 years for justice for Roddy Piper, nigga.
Not going to happen. As long as he wears that skirt, it ain't happening.
God, rest in peace.
No, I'm talking shit right now, of course. But
you
I understand what Mark is saying.
Yeah, so I'm not like, fuck that guy because I'm Team Meg. It's not that. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit. To me, logically, it doesn't fit with what I think would happen.
I disagree with that, but I do agree he didn't do himself favors. Why he didn't do himself favors?
Even prior to the trial, he didn't do himself favors. He just
he
made a lot of
the first phone call,
bro.
I
get that first phone call.
It's a lot of incriminating shit. Gunpowder on his
Everybody,
hands.
slow down. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, I have not seen one person ever go to jail for 10 years for shooting aground and grazing someone. I felt the sentence was longer than the crime.
Who's the woman that shot up in the...
Marissa Alexander. She actually ended up hitting somebody though. But
talking about Shine?
What's that?
Are you talking about Shine? I didn't hear who you were
talking
about.
No, the woman.
Marissa Alexander, the woman who shot the warning shot in the ceiling, and there's a whole thing.
I would just say I don't think the crime. So I think my point is this: I don't think Tory thought they're gonna give me 10 years for a cut on the foot. I really don't think he thought that. I thought it was the same thing. Like, yo, we had some friends, shit went bad. We celebrities, so we know better now because shit blew up. And now it's like, nigga, I'm doing 10 years.
And I like both these girls. I like both the girls, not me. I'm saying him. I have relationships with both of these women. I don't want to see if there's a way for all of us to get out of this scot-free. Then I'd rather that option. I just think that they turned on him faster than he realized, and he never caught up. Yeah. But do I believe that Tory Lanez shot Meg? I've said this a million times already, so y'all don't need me to say it again.
I'm confident that he did. I'm not a big prison person, as y'all knows. I don't know if 10 years is the right sentence. I would say
that's
it
what
isn't.
I was asking.
I would say it isn't.
Like 3 years feels like fair, but 10,
I think there's a lot of ways to resolve this. I don't know if putting him in a cage for 10 years.
But why do you think it's more plausible that Tory did it versus Kelsey?
Based on the witnesses, based on the fact that he said
witnesses that they allowed.
I'm talking about him. He said Kelsey didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But are you talking about the witnesses that they allowed, including himself?
Yes. I'm talking about everybody.
Or are you talking about what everybody's initial plan was, which was, hey, let's find the neighbor, let's let that person testify, and let's let the only other person that was there, the bodyguard, testify. You're not looking at that.
I'm looking
because they didn't hit the stand.
I'm looking at all the evidence we've had access to, and I'm saying,
what did your Philadelphia brain tell you?
My
I don't do well when we start talking in court TV.
Take all the legal shit off the table.
Yeah.
My gut, just on some hood shit, is I think he shot the gun. I think he was drunk. I think he did some wild shit. I suspect Meg and Kelsey had some other shit going on. I know they got into some kind of physical argument. There could be more messiness. Put it like this. I think there's more messiness to this case than the court proceedings would suggest. But at the end of the day, I feel very confident that he shot that gun.
Yeah, but that didn't answer my question.
Oh, you from outside, and you know like that. A lot of things aren't
he
what
had
they
gunpowder
seem.
on his hands.
He could have been fighting to get the gun from her and got the gunpowder on his hands.
I don't know.
She could have got out, shot that gun. Oh shit! Give me! What are you doing? Give me!
Nothing. No one got.
Like
really
I don't think he was gunpowder. Nothing about him says he would let
that
that happen and then say she ain't doing it on the stand.
If I'm trying to protect everybody,
I don't see it.
See, and
Because
that's
I
where,
don't think
and that's
that-
where it's
because I
tough.
don't
I find the
think it's
niggas
gonna
fold
get
under
bad
that kind
for
of
me.
pressure. And they don't actually.
No, but
they're not
that's
that
because
solid.
they like if you got bad representation and they're telling you, yo, we can beat this, boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. She's gonna make it out. She's gonna make it out, and then I'll be fine.
I don't care
All right, bet.
if your lawyer's Ernest J. Fry. I don't care who you got the worst lawyer ever. You are not going to tell your client. We have exculpatory. We have the shooter. You saw the shooter. We know the shooter. Say not only don't snitch, but also say that wasn't the shooter. Even the worst lawyer in the world ain't doing that. That's all I'm saying.
But but that's false. That's not true. His attorney could have very well been saying to him, like many people were saying publicly at the time, I think we got this covered. I don't think we even need the testimony of your bodyguard. I think with some of the findings of the gun residue and all this shit.
Because Joe, you remember like
that would explain why he doesn't snitch on her. That doesn't explain why he would deny that he would actually effectively perjure himself to put himself in the crime, not out of the crime.
Well, because the story that he
put that shit on an Instagram comment. He perjured himself. He just literally was replying to somebody. Again, I'm trying to keep this shit clean and keep it off everybody. Yo, that was not true. No, she did not. She didn't do that.
Can I tell you, Mark?
Not realizing what the implications of that was going to be.
That's an interesting point.
I think a mistake. I think a gunner. I think regardless of what happened, I think a gunner went off. No one really got hurt. Everybody's gonna be fine. And then the other emotional things occurred, and that's what really drove him to go to jail. I think that if they was all still friends and it was a mistake, it would have been like, no, we don't know what happened. And to me, that was my only problem. Like I think that's true too. Wanted to go at the ground. You wanted to put him in, even though, mind you, maybe an inch over somebody would have been dead, but it wasn't. So at that moment, it should have been like, well, it was a bad mistake. Let it go. Sentence probation, but 10 years?
I think 10 years is way too much.
I think on his side, they thought they were coming up with a story where everybody would be okay.
Yeah.
And
reasonable doubt.
It didn't. Yeah.
All we got to do is prove reasonable doubt.
Now we don't know what happened, so we can't.
Even her getting the immunity would be part of the reasonable doubt.
Exactly. And what I think happened was
why she needed immunity. That should tell y'all something right there.
And that's when I would have folded on her.
It's true.
And the second she got immunity, I would have folded on her.
Yep.
Unless she didn't do it. Then you can't fold.
If she didn't do it, I'd still fold on her.
Oh, you said,
the fuck are you talking about? I'm trying to save my ass here. The only other person that could have did it. So you crazy?
Some niggas gotta keep it real, as they say.
Yes, I'm saying. I think that's what it comes down to.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
What would have happened to his reputation if he would have basically snitched at a girl?
Exactly.
Like he might not have a career. It's like it's a trick bag no matter what for him.
I know, and that's where let me cue up the ledge.
Uh-oh.
Let me cue up the ledge because Ray said it, but I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to trigger nobody. There's more risk than reward when it comes to protecting women from men.
Say more words.
Nope.
Not wrong.
Nope. I will not. You will not shaft me. But there's more risk than reward when it comes to that. Presuming that his story is true. Hey, I popped two of them. One of them tried to kill the other one. I stopped her, grabbed it, knocked her hand down. Meg was turned around. We all was pissy drunk leaving the pool party. For him to get jammed up like that? Shit.
And why? And I don't. There might be more risk and reward. I mean, I think doing the right thing always comes with more risk and reward. That's why more people don't do it, right? So
yeah,
I might not disagree with you on that point, but why would if that story is true, right? She's mad at the girlfriend for fucking homeboy. They scrapping. They doing whoop de whoop. Why would it be important to her to frame him and she shot her? In this hypothetical, why would she be trying so hard to let her off the hook?
Well, I don't want to say she, right? Because the stories say that it's greater than Meg, and none of this is her plan.
Mm-hmm.
The story puts this in other hands that I won't say. So it's not about Meg. Meg is a helpless victim here. Meg has absolutely no control over story, her words, none of that.
Like Stockholm?
No.
No.
Shit.
No. Power dynamics. Power dynamics.
Okay. That's a stretch to me, but I get the argument. I just don't buy it.
I'm not making it.
I'm
not qualified to make it.
Can I tell you what happened? I think everybody knew what happened. He got railroaded. Niggas was like, that's fucked up. But he seemed like he hold his head up. He seemed good. And then he got stabbed. And it was like, hold up. This nigga might have got killed. And then it's like,
See, now that's
went
where
too far.
that's where I jump off the conspiracy theory bandwagon.
Thank you.
I do not believe that his stabbing is at all related to the new evidence that they were about to release.
But it came
Well,
within
it can
12
go
hours.
the other way around.
I don't.
Lord
It can go the other way around.
You
Like
don't,
he's
you think
saying.
so?
Let me ask you a question first before we have this further.
Okay.
What shape is that object on the table?
It's round.
Okay, just making sure. Because we
go.
go down the conspiracy theory train. I just got to know how far we go.
Nah, bro, I'm not
All
a
right.
conspiracy at all.
Tell me why you think that's the most plausible reason.
Well, it was just a timing thing. It's like Cassie been trying to get money from Puffy, won't pay. Drop the lawsuit, pay in 24 hours. So to me, it was just like a timing. Like Tory Lane gets stabbed up in jail. Oh my God, he got stabbed 14 times, 7 punches, lung, critical condition. That shit tends to like get consciousness in people. Like, damn.
Or
you know what I mean? Like,
or he got stabbed,
Or
and
that's
the
true.
team said, let's try and get out. Let's try to get early release.
True.
Let's say that. Let's do all the shit you do when you got public sympathy for the first time.
True. By the way, that could be either, but I do believe that the news and the stabbing were connected.
Oh, I don't doubt that they're
That's
connected.
what I was saying. To Joe
I'm
said
just
he
saying,
don't
I don't
think-
think there's a
yeah.
mission
No,
to
some
silence the
people-
evidence. I think he's like, oh shit, this might be an opportunity to make
I'm
something.
with you, but some people were saying it in reverse as the conspiracy, as they knew this was coming, and this is why the stabbing occurred. Like they tried
that's what I
to-
thought you were saying. Which-
That's what the
Who knew it was
conspiracy was.
coming? Oh,
Whoever.
Okay.
And
maybe.
whoever knew that this was about to come out,
They wouldn't take him out.
take him out before this comes
Now,
out.
that could
That's
be-
what I thought you were saying.
Now,
That's what I was
exactly
saying.
like you were saying.
Now I
Wild
said
conspiracy
that's a
shit.
great theory. I was just giving
I'm not.
the
I
first
don't
thing
roll
popped
with
in my
that.
head,
I'm
but that's a
with you
great
the-
theory
I'm
too.
with you the other
That's
way
a
though.
crazy theory, though.
That is crazy to me.
No,
The
but it
powers
could
that be are not
that's
that
nuts.
invested in Tory
No,
Lanez.
it could be. No, they are.
No,
They are.
Who's they?
To me, I think the system is. I think that, listen, I think there's a clear-cut attack on hip-hop and black men in hip-hop. Anytime you're a cool nigga, is attack on you. It's obvious. Like, Tory Lanez in jail for 10 years for somebody got shot the floor and a woman, don't get me wrong, all wrong, but 10 years, my nigga?
And let me add on to what Ray is saying, even though I just jumped in and
Part of that-
crucified
go ahead.
online for what
I'm gonna take part of that.
I agree with Mark. I don't think the powers that be are so invested in Tory. I just think at the time of this whole kerfuffle, there was a lot more money to be made on the Meg side, and anybody that can stop that money, well, yeah, now a lot is at stake. I don't think Tory was that important. I think Tory being the cog that could maybe stop that other money train is why it was important.
And that's why I think why he's important. It's people who like, we need that nigga staying right where he at.
I mean, I just think they did it, though. They got him. They got him.
I don't think they need to send prison stabbings to keep him in prison. He's staying
Well,
in
the
prison.
story that's floating around now is that
He disrespected.
First of all, we in the information age, so I know more than I want to know. I didn't want to know the charges of the dude that stabbed Tory. I never asked for that.
Right.
I never asked for that. So thank y'all for telling me that he took a shotgun and I won't even say. And he was a pedophile. Awesome. But apparently the word from that side is that Tory got disrespectful on a
With
visit.
his wife, on a visit
Yeah,
before.
with his wife. And that's how it came about. I'm not in there. I don't know what to believe. It's a lot of rumors. I don't know. I just pray that Tory is okay.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think him being in there is unfortunate. I think him leaving the radio station freestyle to go to Kylie house because it sounded like a good time. Again, discipline. Discipline. They're gonna get most of you niggas through your fucking penis. And the devil is gonna call with something that sounds like a blast. He gonna call with a pool party with your favorite vixens, your favorite models, some drugs and ecstasy, all that shit that they'll later take you to court for. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
That's what I got for black men out there. Like, be careful now, cry later. Cry later.
What y'all got for DDG?
That's the one where my age kind of caught up for me. I don't know all of the details with DDG.
So the latest is that his partner Halle Bailey, or former partner, filed for solo custody, temporary physical and legal custody of their son Halo. She says that DDG abused her both emotionally and physically, and because of those allegations, she has been granted that custody. Of course, the internet always has their opinions on what that means or the why of it. And I think there's a temporary, there's also temporary restraining order where he has to remain over 100 yards away from both her and the baby. And that expires on the court hearing date, which is June 4th.
See, this is my thing. If he did those things, then get DDG the fuck out of here. But if he didn't do those things, there's a clear blueprint and pamphlet that's being handed out to women as how to railroad a nigga that they trying to railroad.
It's the easiest way.
If I want full custody, I don't want this nigga to see the kid. I want him to lose all rights and privileges. Then when I found this shit that I'm about to found, I'm about to say a whole bunch of nasty things. And when you get your lawyer, he'll tell you that those things are for public finding. So true or not, it's gonna read, hey, he did X, Y, and Z. And that's gonna make you look away. There's no way for an innocent man to win in this. I'm not speaking on whether he's innocent or not. I do not know.
I'm glad you said. I was gonna say my only thing is that it doesn't matter. The world's gonna hate. The world's gonna hate DDG. He's a monster. Fuck him. He needs to die. He needs to go away. And they're gonna go. And he has to go through all of this process. So for me, I just wish that we can get back to the place where we give. And it feels like it's a man thing. Like the due process of like finding all of the things rather than just automatically painting them as a bad picture. Cause to me, it's like we be with the shit sometimes too. We do it together. So, but for some reason, it's like with Bobby and Whitney. Everybody was like Bobby got on drugs. And after Whitney goes, and everybody's like,
turns out
Bobby was like, I was the lightweight. But it's like, but look at how much Bobby's career suffered because they thought that he was that. So to me, it's like
niggas ain't weighing the risk when they dating Angel Face. She just angel face, beautiful, young, world loves her. Nobody would ever think that Angel Face could be on bullshit.
If that's the case.
If that's the case. And this is where, for me, the believe women conversation has to begin. And this is what I mean. Because people often hear when I say believe women, that means believe all women at all times under all circumstances. And that is not the case. For me, it is, though, let's begin from a presumption of honesty and innocence from the person making the claim. That same benefit should be given to men. It's just that's not usually a struggle,
That's
though.
not what we do.
So you know, if a dude calls and says certain things happen, we may be more inclined to buy it. You know, not the courts. I'm talking about us in our society. Courts don't listen to black men very often at all.
We don't either.
Right. And so when in this case, I would say, let's investigate. Let's find out what really happened. But if she says that she's been physically and emotionally abused, and emotional abuse can be more complicated too, because that can be, you know, that there's relationships, and every relationship to somebody who's probably saying they're being emotionally abused, right? And I'm not to dismiss it, just say it's complicated. But if she says, this motherfucker's hitting me, and I feel unsafe, I don't want to begin from a presumption that she's not telling the truth. And I think what I'm seeing online is a lot of people beginning from that place, that this is spite, this is this, this is this. And again, I don't doubt that their relationship is wrong.
That's what you see? I see
Yeah,
this.
because
I see what Mark's saying.
There's too many situations, Mark. There's too many situations of women crying wolf, Mark. There's too many situations of women crying wolf, and these things keep coming out. So it's hard for you to just look at somebody and say, "Oh, she's completely innocent." You know what I mean? When
I think statistically, sorry to step on you, there's probably more cases of domestic violence than there are.
Yes, that's back in the days.
Flags.
It's not back in the days. It's current. It's right now.
No, wait, stop. Because y'all do this a lot, and then it cuts. Give me a second.
Get your shit off.
I'm not talking about the domestic violence issue. I'm talking about right now on the internet. On the internet currently, there are a lot of false reports that's happening against men and men that are in position. They're finding it is happening currently. Domestic violence, of course, is still going on. Of course, from back in the days, women hide, they're scared to leave. They end up going back home, and a lot of things, the worst things happen to them. I'm not negating that. I'm just saying right now, with social media being involved, there are a lot of cases that's coming out where people are lying. Women are lying on men. I just want to make that point clear.
I would like to add to Flip's point, but I want to take the focus off of the women and put it on the attorneys of women. Like,
it's big business right now.
That's where a lot of the shit that the attorneys come in and say, what are you trying to get done? This is the way to get that done. The attorneys come in and encourage certain things to be said on these reports, especially if it's a man with some type of clout or power.
Hey, we just talked about, you just brought it up, Wayne kicking old girl out the house.
Yeah.
What if she went to a lawyer first before the internet?
I do you one better than Mark just said the other day, yo. Some of the things that come along with Tony Busby, I look at with a different eye.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, why do we look at it with a different eye? Because we know that there's attorneys out there that's playing certain games and using people, most times women, as pawns to get their shit off. That should not negate the women that this actually happens to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But my only thing is that we just got to get to a place where men are losing things and collapsing before we even go through the process. Yeah. And to me, it's like, and let me tell you something, bro. This really happened to me. I know these guys ain't smart. I really think I'm smart. Like, you can't, I'm ready ahead. So a girl I'm in a relationship with, very known girl, comes to my hotel room because she think I got a girl there. I don't want to let her in, and then I let her. I'm like, there's no girl in here. So she pushes the door open and she attacks me. She attacks me the whole time. We in my hotel room. As much as I'm getting attacked, Joe, the Virgo in me is saying, Ray, say something loud. So I'm saying, stop hitting me. Stop throwing stuff at me. Stop hitting me. What are you doing? So when the police come, because they came to the room, and she's like, he, they said all they heard was a man yelling for a woman to stop hitting him. That's why I got off. Now, imagine I wasn't smart to do that.
Exactly.
That was my first day at Epic Records, my first A&R meeting. I just didn't want to be around her. And I went to focus on my shit. And she thought I had a girl, came and attacked me, and all that happened. And guess what? I'm like, yo, this can go bad. She's hitting me. I'm just like, somebody hearing. These dudes ain't young enough to understand it. You got to remember something. And it's not saying who's right, who's wrong. But let's be clear. DDG is connected to whoever he's connected to, but it's not as strong as the people that Haley is connected to.
Sure enough.
Same with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
So let's stop acting like there are people that are like, I know how to get around this, but we got to hit first. And this is how we hit. And it's unfair. But I'm telling you, and that same chick tried to ruin my career, told everybody he hit me, he did this. It was a lie. It was a lie. And guess what I had to do? I went and got her back in front of all of them just to show them she was lying. So now I'm at the table with her again, like we together. And they looking like, what is he doing here if he was that person? Nigga, I wasn't. She was lying. She just wanted y'all to hate me because she know I got the glow and she don't. That really be happening sometimes. Sorry.
Dog, I could talk for hours on my experiences, but
women be out here trying to get you. You meet a chick, they want money. It's natural. And by the way, men trying to get women. We all trying to get each other. We trying to get to what we want, and they trying to get what they want. But what I'm saying is that everybody's not all, one side is not all guilty and one side is not all innocent. And I'm like a fan of yours when you came out. But the thing I like the most about you, I went to talk to you because I'm like, this nigga always takes the women's side. Like,
Mark,
damn, like, can a
Mark,
man, like, Mark, I love Mark, but I'm like, he always takes the woman's side.
Some tight-ass hoodies.
And listen, if he's a man and he says he's a trans man, she's going to take his side even more because as a woman, you take that. And I'm just like, Mark, we are black men are being attacked, and you are one of the biggest voices out here. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is that if you don't give a voice a reason, one of the smart ones, I'm going to look at it as an ignorant nigga, but you're a smart one. So if you don't give reason, nigga, you just allowing them to railroad as many of our black men as...
When have I ever said anything?
No, Mark, when the one, Mark, you always say I'm with a woman. I'm with her. That's why I knew you was. That's why we brought it up. I'm like, I can't wait to hear what Mark gonna say.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. But have you ever seen me take an unreasonable position on an issue between men and women?
Bro, I'm a fan of yours. You never take.
I don't think.
But it feels like it's always if a man did it, he's the piece of shit.
You feel like that's what happened in this conversation today?
No, not right now, but I wanted to get your thoughts. That's why I brought it up.
Because right now you're not watching the clip, you're watching the whole conversation. A lot of times it's nuanced.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's true too.
When you hear the whole conversation.
But that's why I wanted to get your opinion on it. But at the same time, I'm telling you, as brilliant as you are, at some point in time, as black men, because you got to look at, listen, I worked in the music business. And for 15 years of my career, I was clear, Joe. I didn't know I was black. I was a black guy that did business with everybody. So when you get in those rooms, you start hearing how they try you, how they drop notes. So it's a really slick, like what they call passive-aggressive way of putting things in the air, saying, how Joe gonna feel for this? So they'll be in the staff meeting and be like, Jay-Z is really not gonna let anybody make money with him, so why we do business with him? A white man says that. What do you think he's saying that for? He's trying to read the room. Let me see how these motherfuckers gonna react so I can know how far I could take it. So when you just like, yeah, he did it, they're like, well, the educated man is saying he did it. We can all say, when you should say, let's go through the due process. I love Haley, I love DDG, but I always look at who's connected to who because they were young and in love. Right. Somebody was in the house like, this how we gonna handle this. Right. DDG is a little nigga that just wants to fucking stream. That's all he wants to do is stream and rap. Yeah. I don't know what she is. And by the way, if you follow DDG, he talks about music, streaming, and his child.
And his kid.
And that's all he cares about.
That lady.
And another thing.
Remember, I didn't
say that he couldn't have done those things.
No, that's my point. By the way, I'm not saying that at all. I don't want to say that.
And I didn't say he didn't. I mean, he did, right? Well, I began by saying, this is why I begin from presumption that anybody, male or female, man or woman, I begin from, if you say that you were abused, I begin from a premise of believing you, but also investigating so we can find out. I don't think we should ever not investigate.
Thank you for that, man.
I don't think we should ever say just because you said it is true, but historically, when it comes to sexual assault in particular, if a woman said it, we begin from a presumption of prove you're not lying.
Exactly.
As opposed to,
what was your initial reaction to Jussie Smollett?
Same as it is now.
I don't know what it is now.
I'm trying to avenge that ugly attack that happened to him, and I've gone looking for the MAGA people myself to help to liberate. Yo, Joe's face was like, half the room was like, this motherfucker. Enough.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, what
it can't be us. That's Mark. It can't be us. I love it.
Jussie and I are very, very cool.
Yo, your network.
Your
network.
Did you DM him when it, hold up. Did you DM him when it first happened?
Yes.
No, I called him.
Oh my God. Yo, get Miz the fuck out of here, man.
The more, it was almost like the Chappelle bit. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I had two thoughts. One, my first thought, I spent a lot of time in Chicago. I've been in Chicago June 1st, by the way, check me out there. Also be at St. Sabina tonight.
God.
That was amazing.
But I go to Sabina, I go to Chicago in June for a reason. Because it's cold as fuck in Chicago.
Never lied.
Between September and like the day before I get there in June.
May. Word.
And then it's hot as balls from June, you know.
Facts.
So,
Yes.
So when he said at 3 a.m. he went to Subway and he walked for hours to get, especially a Subway sandwich.
You're not walking to Subway. Why would
Who
you
the
do that?
fuck? Not even Uber.
You're not walking to the car.
In Chicago. So it had nothing to do with race. It had nothing to do with sexuality.
Where'd you stand on that Kevin Hart car accident?
Kevin and I grew up like 2 blocks from each other.
What? Mark,
He's
I don't
from Philadelphia. That's my answer.
That's his fucking answer.
That's your
I
bias.
did not understand the question there.
That's your bias.
I'm telling you.
I'm my man, Miz.
Shout out to Kev. That's my nigga, man.
Shout out to Kev.
I didn't investigate that story. I don't even know anything about it. I don't know the details.
Got it.
I was just, because we're so close, I was worried about his health.
Good save.
And that's all I cared about.
Thank God he was okay.
But when it came to Justin, when I thought about that for more than 35 seconds, I was like, something, honestly, it just didn't make sense to me. I said, first of all, there's only one thing I'm leaving a hotel in Chicago for pre-marriage at 3 a.m. And it's coming to you. Right, but I could at least imagine a circumstance where I would go walking for some pussy at 3 a.m. when I was single. For a Subway sandwich.
And you was 21 too.
Yeah, I'm talking about my 20s, not my 30s. I'm saying but he's younger than me too. So I was like, maybe.
No, I just want to say that because you're a smart man. I don't want these other, but he did it. I'm like, he did it.
I did that a lot, and it was a bad choice. It's always a bad choice to do that. But I was like, he's too smart, too much money, and it's too fucking cold in Chicago. So I then said, I went from a thing of I believe
and Subway, why?
And Subway, right? That was the other thing. Nobody's doing that for Subway.
No, sandwiches ain't that damn good.
Right, in the daytime, they ain't that good
at all.
So I was like, then I'm going to focus more on supporting him. And I did the first interview with him.
Listen, I heard enough, brother.
No, please. I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did the first interview with him during the pandemic about this.
So what was the support?
And I focused on the support was the due process. Again, as fucked. I don't believe him. I didn't believe him, but I also didn't think he should go to jail for it. It just wasn't that big of a. It just wasn't that big of a crime for the state to be investing this much money.
He doesn't believe in anybody going to jail.
He doesn't believe in anybody.
Yeah, I'm an abolitionist, but I'm saying even if I believed in jail, it just seemed like a lot of resources to spend for a nigga who made a false police report. That's all I'm saying. It just seemed like a lot.
Oh my God, I love you. I just gotta ask you: do you think that is a lot for what Tory is in jail for? What happened for the crime? Do you think it's a lot?
Remember, I started with.
Okay, perfect. I just make it sure.
I think 10 years is way too much.
Okay, because to me, that's my only problem is that.
And I think he did
they
it.
hate you so much, and it's like, dog, he don't. I'm not saying niggas don't deserve to be punished, but y'all be wanting to hang him from a tree.
You don't think Tory played into some of that?
Of course he did.
And I think that's part of
that's part of why he went to jail.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that 10
he
years
didn't
is
show
excessive.
no type of he went in there arrogant.
I'm being honest with you. I think he really thought to himself.
They're gonna smoke your dumb ass for that. I love Tory music.
I really thought to himself, man, nobody got hurt. What the fuck they gonna really do? They just trying to scare me. I really believe that he thought that. And then when he got that 10 years, it's like, hold the fuck up. Y'all was serious? Yeah. Nobody even got hurt for real. Like, I really think that's why he
got
was
hurt enough. I mean, I get it.
Now y'all stuck with Meg music. Good for y'all.
We still getting Tory
now
music
y'all
though.
stuck with them slaps. Have at it.
Snakes.
More coming. There's something
Cobras or some shit like that. Rattles or some shit.
Tory's still holding us down though.
Hey, y'all right. Social justice. Hey. Now listen to that rattlesnake shit.
Y'all ain't shit, man. Fuck y'all.
Hey, buddy. And that's the bottom line.
They gonna kick my ass. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I won. I don't give a fuck. Holy shit. Oh, man. Yo, I'm so glad Mark came here early. Yo,
it's my pleasure.
Yo, we would not have been able to do none of this without that bitch-ass nigga stance that you take on everything. Make some noise for Marc, yo. Hey, make some noise for Marc, man. He killed that shit.
Marc is always for whoever he thinks is the weakest. Marc is on their side.
Marc don't play, boy. Nah, hold up. They playing with me.
Who is that? It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
That clip is so funny to me.
Nah, you was in your bed. My boy Marc. They're not used to Marc talking like that. They used to hearing him speaking about Al Jazeera and Gaza and you know what I mean? All this shit.
Rights and shit. Hey, yo.
What's up, Queens Flip? What nitty?
There's a lot of niggas out here turning up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of niggas out here turning up making airwaves.
We had a great episode. We don't need this, but go ahead, cook.
I mean, they turned up making airwaves, and I just feel like we should show love.
Yeah, show love. So do it. You don't need to qualify. Just do it. Show love.
It's not about qualification, but it's about
then show love.
But the person that need to show love is you. But I do think that we should show love, man. Them niggas turn up out there. Them niggas on fire, nigga flames. Niggas walking flames. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
off air we was talking about Cardi responding to Rory and Boy.
Who?
Rory and Ock. And I said, listen.
And what you say?
I like what Rory is doing out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like what
Rory?
No, not just Rory. Don't be stupid. Rory and Damaris. I like what Rory and Damaris is doing out there. I like it. They heating up.
They heating up.
You know what I mean? Anything from the Joe tree, I want the branches should be long, extended.
Did you let them know that? Did you speak to Rory or anyone?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
I mean, it won't be that won't be the first time you deal with something. You're dealing with the same shit with that Queens Flip nigga, huh?
I've never spoken to anybody.
You dealing with the same shit with Queens Flip nigga.
I don't know what you talking about. Huh? I got a song everybody.
My name is Tall, nigga. My name is. I don't want to say Paul.
Yo, Ray Daniels. Let me let the audience know. Ray Daniels and Amani almost made me mad.
They showed you a picture?
I think we had a great episode.
We did.
Marc Lamont came in here early. Let me let the audience know, because y'all be hyped when Marc is here on a Friday main. This is a solid when he does that. When he comes in on a Friday main, I'm going to pay you.
Okay.
I know we never spoke about it, but I ain't going to pay you.
Say less. I ain't going to fight.
No,
all right.
I spoke to Marc yesterday. It was like, if you can make it, I'm not the most distinguished when it comes to charges against black men. I'm about to say something foul to trigger Mel, and we about to argue and fight. Marc is like, thank you.
It's part of my dude, bro.
Thank you, man. Marc, that's gonna be a stick up with a flashlight in the daytime, boy.
You deserve it.
That's gonna be a stick up.
You deserve it. Yeah, both deserve it.
Marc does deserve it.
He deserves to get stuck up, and he deserves to get paid.
Thank you, Flip.
It was a good energy today.
Yeah, no, don't change the subject real quick, though.
Oh.
He almost got you mad because he showed you something, right? And you were able to maneuver through it. But I'm just letting you know, you got a big problem on your hands with this Queens Flip boy. I'm telling you, I'll let you know right now. You think you got a problem here with them other niggas? This boy right here?
I have Queens Flip locked into 2027 at a locked rate.
Are you? Oh, shit. I like a bum to you. Watch your fucking mouth. I like a bum to you, nigga.
These are the Big Red Records.
Watch your fuck you doing? I like Isaac Hayes. I like Isaac Hayes and one of them niggas. What's that show we watched when they did niggas dirty? With Isaac Hayes and niggas back in the Stacks. Yeah, I like Stacks, nigga. Watch your fucking mouth.
Yo, I'm letting y'all. Danny Elevation. Who else? Yo, I want to see clips. I have Queens Flip at a fixed rate till 2027. Hey, actually, that's what we should call it. Queens Fixed.
Oh, shit.
Not Queens Flip.
You in your bag?
It's a locked rate till 2027. Now, we do got to deal with when he has a heart out like today. When he say, yo, I'm leaving, we got to deal with that. But we got to deal with it till 2027. Make some noise. Make some noise.
Are you crazy?
Marc, I'm going to lock in this summer. I'm going to do like the Philadelphia Eagles and pay him ahead of time. I'm paying him sooner than when we supposed to pay him. But he's been such a tremendous fucking ad.
So it could be a write-off, huh? It could be a write-off at the end?
It won't be a write-off.
You sure?
Yeah, no.
I'm watching a lot of your moves, nigga.
Now,
Yeah. Cut me off.
For us to be able to afford Mark, because Mark is taking this from the Joe Budden Everyday Struggle Stick-Up Complex so we could do a Friday show move. Mark is doing the Joe Budden move. I'm letting y'all know that in 2026, some of your favorite personalities will be here via Zoom. Now, we got to make room. We have to pay Mark. One thing that can't happen is we can't tell Mark we don't have it.
And the new couches.
And the new couches. And it's 9 of y'all. Everybody don't need a voice. So some voices will be made available via Zoom.
You know
and for 2026, woo, we
You know what it is,
here.
people? Hold on.
I got some of y'all been sleep.
Hush up, nigga. You know what it is? The nigga realized he could do it with less in his mind. You know when shit start to kick in, he start to look around and shit. Yeah, nigga might have, even though it's moving how it's moving, he got to figure some shit out. And I'm just sitting here watching it. I'm on the ride, nigga. This shit like Joe Flags, nigga. Huh? What's the shit they just took down the Cobra Kai?
King the
Kai, nigga. That shit.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, all that shit. We here, nigga.
I just realized what it could look like when you bring in professionals to do the job. People that really care.
Ooh.
People that really care. Like when there's a large audience, they fucking worked all week about what they would say. You know what I mean?
She worried.
No matter where you at, whether you from Atlanta, Ray Daniels.
When she worried, she be tapping her foot.
Oh, Big Mel? I ain't talking about Mel.
I do
Exactly. Acknowledge her, nigga.
Mel is already proven
Acknowledge her, nigga.
Mel is already
Acknowledge
proven
her, boy.
herself to be invaluable.
Acknowledge my sis, nigga. Acknowledge her.
Mel is already gang.
All right, good. All right. Got you. I need my 10%.
Also, in order for us to successfully merge with Rory and Damaris, I can't come with so large of a crew. Right? Right, E? No, I'm lying. I can't come with 9. Rory only coming with Damaris. I ain't coming with 9 people. That's not right. Anyway.
We got to figure it out. Don't take this out either, nigga. Corey, don't. Go.
Hey, I did star Godfather Harlem.
This season?
Yeah, this season. Yeah. Actually, somehow I missed the finale of last season. I had to go back. The last episode I saw the last season was them throwing the daughter out on the street, doped up. I didn't see Malcolm and...
Oh, you ain't see... You missed the whole damn this season then.
No, it's only one episode.
You missed a little... You missed a bit.
Well. I'm on the new season now.
You missed a bit. You missed a bit, bro.
I'm on the new season now. That's all. That's all I know.
Bumpy Johnson there now.
Flip, you up? You awake?
Yeah, man.
My man, Mark, you awake? Y'all? I'm refreshed.
Yeah, we up, man.
My boys. All right, good show today, y'all. Good show today.
Yes, sir. Good shit.
Don't
Ray,
look now.
thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Ray,
word.
thanks. Round of
I
applause.
went from visitor to family. He gave me that, right?
Real quick. One good episode.
You did great. You did great. You did amazing.
I love when Ray up here, man.
Thank you.
That's
me
your
too,
third
man.
time up here, ain't it?
Yeah. 'cause I
Didn't you do 2 last time?
Yeah, I did Killer Mike and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our good brother Ray. Shout out to
Appreciate the
everybody
jacket,
in the A. Again, shout out to Mark for joining us early. Shout out to Ish, our brother Ish here with us in spirit. Hopefully everything is cool with him. Our sister Big Mel didn't have to be here on a Friday. Came in, blessed us. Got an early exit because we got to, get right for that shit she ain't invited her brothers to. But I hope,
Can we watch it?
I hope you kill that shit. Is there a stream link that we can watch that?
I'll find out.
Yeah,
Find
so
out,
that's
put
the
it in the
link.
group
Put it in
chat
the
like you
group
did that
chat.
Jason Tatum shit.
I think we might win a Golden Globe today, guys.
Me too.
I think we got it.
I think we got it. I think we did it.
An inaugural one. We got it.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
Podcast one.
Yeah.
We got that
Especially
shit.
since people on the volume are going through legal troubles. Like now would be the time. Right. Hello?
What?
What's up wrong with you, man?
It is.
What's up wrong with you?
Okay, fine. It's over. We done. Really good broadcast today, man. Shout out to the Golden Globes, the board of the Golden Globes, the C-suite over there.
Yeah, we see you. You heard?
Yo, keep us in your prayers. Lord knows we need to be there. Till the next time we bid you adieu. Farewell, adios, arrivederci, hasta la vista, au revoir. So long, goodbye, a simple head nod will suffice. Remember, life is a series of moments and moments pass. So let's make this one last as if it's all we have. Ego. Lastly, remember the baddies are insecure, the stagnant women want to travel, and the closed-minded women want you to teach them things. Grab you a Tylenol, you might need it. Until the next time, stay safe, stay dangerous. It go. Anybody doing anything interesting this weekend?
I'm going to a show.
Anything we could exploit for entertainment purposes? What we doing?
Going to a show. That's about it.
What kind of show?
R&B. Rabina. I'm not sure if you're familiar with
Rabina?
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah, she's dope.
Okay.
I'm celebrating the kid's birthday, man.
Nice.
You said what?
Celebrating the kid's birthday.
Hey.
That's right. Little man turned 6.
I'll be down in Philly at Malcolm X Park. Everybody, if you're in Philly today, Saturday, come down to Malcolm X Park for Malcolm X's 100th birthday celebration.
Okay.
That's what's
Okay,
up.
that's fire.
Joe, what you doing?
This weekend, not too much. I'm hoping that the Knicks did they thug thizzle last night.
Right.
Oh, actually, Sunday I am running to Boston. My stepson is doing some football shit out there that he asked me to go to.
That's
so
fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna head
Love
out
that.
there, man. No matter what's going on with me and my baby, I'm head out there. That's my baby. I love you, baby. Next weekend, my youngest son Lex, it's his best friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Vincent. And I told Cynthia's ass that if Lex misses this party, it's gonna be hell to pay. Guess what she did? You guessed it. Double book. Sent me a text yesterday. Hey, he's got another party to go to. Yo, dog, I don't give a fuck about that party.
Nah.
No, he's got to go to
It's all about
Vincent's
Vincent.
party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, go ahead.
Let Lex not be a Vincent party on time. I know that. It's gonna be hell to pay. Happy birthday to Vincent. And that's it, man. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends, your loved ones. The people. Hey, get around some people that really love you, appreciate
There
you,
you go.
build you up.
There you
Yes.
go.
You know what I mean? Let's do that this weekend.
And go
That's it.
Knicks.
Go Knicks!
Go Knicks!
Whoa!
Hey, Lamar, I'm like this.
Right, I ain't gonna say that.
No, we nervous. We nervous a little
Hey,
bit.
the motherfucker.
Go
A little
Knicks.
bit. Gotta say it.
Say it with me, Mark.
I can't.
One time.
My spirit
Go
won't
Knicks.
let me.
Yo, listen.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
In traditional Knicks fashion,
Y'all gonna fuck it up?
it is normal for a Knicks fan to be nervous right now.
Absolutely.
It
You
is
should.
totally normal
You should.
for old Knicks fans to say, "Yo,
Here you
we're
go.
used to how the Knicks normally do things, and we're a little afraid." The difference today, 2 words. Say them with me. Jalen
Brunson.
I already,
Brunson.
I already know. I was hoping you was
We've never had a Jalen Brunson. Charles Oakley is somewhere in Westchester saying the same thing. You know he can't go by the Garden. Shout out to Oak. Pat Ewing is saying it. The Knicks have never had somebody that, especially after a loss at the Garden, is averaging
banned
34, 35
36,
points.
I think 36.
36. So I'm trusting in Jalen Brunson. Right attitude. That's our team captain. He took a pay cut. Let's hope he leads us to the promised land, and that's that, man. And I'm hoping that Ace Bailey works out in Philadelphia. It's not a hate thing for me.
Yeah, look, I hope so too.
I'm hoping that Ace Bailey works out. Shout out to Ron Harper, his son. The Spurs said they definitely keeping him. Listen, we'll talk sports later. That show on TikTok that is doing the imitations of First Take, I think it's Last Take. And they now doing Cam and Mace too. If they are unsigned, where's he in at? What the fuck is going on? I gotta talk to these guys.
Dead serious.
I met one of them niggas.
They are all the way fire.
Yeah, I met one of them.
That show
He
y'all
told
put me
about it.
on about the Mormon wives or whatever. Season 2 just started. This shit is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, thank you, by the way.
Mel, what's up
That
with
was
you?
them two.
What it look like in LA this weekend? Hitting that katana. What
you
we
know
doing?
Mel about to be
With some
outside.
new work. What we doing? What we doing this weekend, Big Mel?
We making appearances.
We in the hookah spot with some new work. Hey!
I ain't got time for fucking hookah. I got bigger fish to
Wait, you
fry.
got no time for hookah, but you got no time for the new work.
I got bigger fish to fry.
Hey,
From
Big
us.
Savannah. She's so awkward. Yo, till the next time. Peace, love, health, wealth, and prosperity. Don't forget your Joe Budden seats. We gone.
Later.
JBP, where would you be without the JBP?
Cast your votes.
Who is that? Who is that? It's Marc Lamont Hill, pussy.
That's crazy.
New Joe Budden.